own time. Sizzling some.
Why, hello, hello, hello. Cora says hello. Hi. So, finally streaming again. Oh my goodness. Uh, yeah, no, I mean, I don't know what really to say. I wanted to stream on Tuesday, and I could not. But I'm here now, so, yeah. Honestly, I don't think I have all that much to say. Actually, is the volume good? I'm gonna hope it is. I don't really have all that much to say in this little, like, opening part, other than, like, finish Paralogism, I guess. We gotta finish it. Because I know that, you know, there's other stuff, we still have, like, a little bit more to do. There's a boss battle that we haven't gotten to yet. But, yeah, cannot wait for that, and hopefully, maybe, if not, then perhaps I'll have to change the title, I don't know. We could start the Dainsleif quest, which that one I'm also super excited for. Just all of this, this Paralogism, the Dainsleif quest, the Skirk story quest. I'm just super hyped for, but I don't want to sound like a broken record, so just like might as well just start now. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna cut the music. Also, apparently this thing had ads. I thought it had no ads, but apparently it did. Oh well. Okay, let's go to the Infinite Void for a quick second. Okay. What's in my mail? I have mail. Oh! Oh yeah, that's right. It's A's birthday. That's right. Delicious rice pudding. Gentle fragrances of milk. I'm sorry. I was just wondering, like, have I eaten rice pudding? And then I'm like, wait. I was like, hold up. Is arroz con leche rice pudding? And I'm like a good 80% sure it is. Because I was going to say, like, oh, I don't know if I've eaten it, but if I have, I like it a lot. What's this? I'm just looking, I'm just reading. Anyway, we have a story to do. We have a story to finish. Yeah, I was trying to, oh, whoa, why is it loud? Holy crap, it's loud.
Lilith has designated the whole area as off limits.
Hold up.
Maybe we should stop by and see what's going on.
It's a bit loud, hold on a sec. Yeah, tell me if the audio sounds good, like if the levels are fine. It better be. Was something going on in Leola? The Stygian Onslaught, which I heard was yeah, I've been trying to like figure out how to do this event because I wanted Sethos. I have Sethos now, as you could probably tell right here. I have him, so now I don't have to do the rest of this because the minigame in here is so difficult, or maybe I'm just really bad at like turn-based anything. Maybe I'm just really bad at that, but I had no idea what I was doing and I just barely managed to get Sethos. What am I doing? We'll get to the story, I swear. Where is he? He's gotta be like near the bottom, because there he is. Oh, he's adorable and he's beautiful and he's so cute and I love him so much. And if you're thinking, oh, Pep, are you gonna like level him up? Probably not. Unfortunately, I think Sethos is one of those like 4 stars that are just like not that good. Like, even for me, like, I don't really play for the meta, you know, I just play for fun, I play the characters that I like, but you can feel it when a character is bad. Like, even someone like me who can't freaking play, like, I can't fight, can feel that it's not really that good. And that sucks, because his design is so cool. I love his design. Like, Sethos is deadass. Probably my favorite out of the desert characters' designs. Okay, Candace is like really up there as well, but I love Sethos because I love the colors. It's so cool. I love the colors. I love the hair. Also the fact that because I've mentioned this in a previous stream. Also the fact that he's mostly covered up. Because I've already mentioned that like if you're in the desert, like you should probably be wearing something more akin to this. Well, that shoulder is gonna be burning in the sun. But anyway, that's unimportant. I just wanted him because he's just like the pretty character on the shelf. He's just really pretty. And I really, really love his design. Anyway. Oh yeah, I was playing with my Sumeru team earlier. Hold up, let me... Cora says he definitely looks good. I love his design. Okay, we're bringing Venti back.
Ready for a rehearsal?
And, do I keep Nahida? I don't know. Why am I scrolling down? Like, nobody's... Nah, I'll need someone to swirl.
Witness my magnificent!
In the event that something happens, we can bring Lenny.
We'll be a traveling magic troupe.
Bennett is just there. He's always and forever here. And hold on a second. I bumped up the graphics. Hold on a second. I bumped up the graphics. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. Yeah, sorry guys. We're... I know that kind of sucks, but I kind of need to lower down the graphics or else, See, the game already likes to lag a lot whenever I stream it, so, like, can you only- I could just, like, just imagine if it were, like, beefed up a little more. The stream might actually become unwatchable. Okay, the gardener. Yeah, I know. We're entering, I know. Return to the special story mode. Why is Lenny hurt? Oh yeah, because I was using him earlier. I'm trying to build up my gene. Okay, do you have your sword? Yeah. Good. I'm trying to build up my gene so that she could be, like, another healer, because I love Bennett, okay? I absolutely adore Bennett. Bennett is, like, literally one of the best units in the entire game, which is so funny because he is a day one character. I love him. But sometimes I'm like, man, I need another healer. Cora says the stream could potentially explode due to overworking itself. No, literally. Literally. What? Oh, it's because I need to enter the black hole thing. No wonder. So yeah, because, like, I've mentioned this before, but, like, I did Genshin, I used to stream Genshin, like, way back, like, back in, like, 2020, like, when the game was still pretty new, and, like, the lag was so bad, it was basically unwatchable. It was basically unwatchable. It was like, the main reason why I stopped for a while. It's the reason, like, I never streamed Inazuma, I never streamed Sumeru. It wasn't until Fontaine, and even Fontaine had some, like, really bad, like, lag and crashes. Although, I think with the Fontaine thing, it was more so an everyone issue. Wait, we're in the library. No. I'm not gonna use the stairs. Stairs are for nerds. Hold up. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. There is no other doors. Okay, this is gonna sound so incredibly, like, autistic of me. This is gonna sound so incredibly autistic of me.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Okay, that is the place of the Imaginarium Theater, I think. I think it is, but it's not that. That wasn't the thing I was thinking about. Okay, just get ready for this. Just get ready. So in Mondstadt lore, just hear me out. So in Mondstadt lore, this is like the normal entrance. In Mondstadt lore, the headquarters, I think it was like a house, or more accurately a mansion, if I remember correctly. And the library, which is where I am, used to be the baths. Like baths of, like, rich people. And then there was, like, the whole rebellion and blah blah blah. However, it mentions that, like, in this location there used to be a mysterious door that was there, and even during the times of that rebellion, people had, like, no idea what was in there. And, like, I'm pretty sure it's the Imaginarium Theater, but, like, I'm also like, is that canon? Anyway, that's unimportant. It was just a thought I had. Get in there. Note, your party configuration cannot be changed. Great! Okay, well, we have Vaporize with Animo. Oh, that's right, we need Freeze. Shoot, that's right. I completely forgot about that. Okay, see, I've actually played this boss battle before. Not, like, in my game, obviously, because I'm not here yet, but, with my brother. So, I don't have cryo characters. I do not have cryo characters, guys. I have Diona. I have Fremine. I think we'll have to use him. He's, like, the only, like, somewhat built cryo character I have. Like, I have, like, after Diona, I have a level 34 Kaya. He's like not 30, not 40, 34. Okay, we have to, yeah.
Yes. Take me with you.
Like, I love Fremine, you're adorable and I love you, but like, I'm kind of scared. I don't even think he's like built properly either. Oh, that's right, yeah, I was using Pale Flame. I mean, not Pale Flame, yeah, it is Pale Flame. I'm stupid. Is this even... Wait, they're level 20? Goddamn, okay. This is... Let me just check him very quickly. Yeah, he's only going to exist just to freeze. You're only going to exist for freeze and pretty much nothing else, and you are a physical, but I don't know if that really matters. Whatever, you can have razors. And everything else is... Well, you're 16. Let me... Actually, what even is this? Oh, it's Wanderer's Troop. Not bad. Some of that. And... It's gonna use up all of these artifacts that I don't need. Chorus says, that'd be a pretty big bath. Yeah. It was like during, like, the aristocracy period of Mondstadt, so... very akin to Versailles. It's like, ah, yes, the baths, and it's just, like, it's a lot. And you're like, yeah, I can totally see why people... I can totally see why the French, went a bit crazy after seeing the Palace of Versailles. Okay, like, at least a 16. Defense and HP? Yeah, sure, whatever, it's fine. And... Circlet, okay. We'll try it out, Okay. Yeah, it is Imaginarium Theater, it is. Yeah. No, but the thing that I think is really funny is because, like, the lore was like, ooh, what a mysterious room, what's in here, ooh. And this is, like, a witch thing. Like it's from the Hexen Circle. And so I wonder, like, has the Hexen Circle been around since the aristocracy? Because that's like 1,000 years ago. Or... they do some wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff, which is the probable reason, like, the probable thing. Also, Diluc's mom is 100% a witch. Like, look at this teacup. That's Diluc coded all over. Okay, hi, Alice. Was I actually talk to you?
Welcome, one and all. Please, sit wherever you like.
So, no unspoken rules to be aware of? I don't want to unwittingly park myself down on some important lady's chair.
Adorable.
I highly doubt anyone's going to mind where you sit, Lord Barbados. But thank you for being so considerate.
That's cute. That's so cute.
Jean didn't fancy tagging along?
No. A lot happened in the city today. If she left, there really would be no one around to lead the Knights of Favonius.
All right, never mind. I was just hoping to treat her to some tea.
Does Colleen know about Venti? No, I don't think she does. No, I forgot what I said.
So, tell me, Albedo, what is this outrageous and audacious plan of yours that I've been hearing murmurings about?
I'll get right to the point. I intend to kill Evil Durin and Dragonspine. The Evil Durin.
Oh?
And I'd also like to request some alchemical... reagents? From the Hexen Circle.
Which ones? I'm all ears.
First would be the flesh of that immortal monster from the marriage of Maro. Whoa! Why was that so hard for me to say? First would be the flesh from that immortal monster from the marriage of Vari. We're bringing back the marriage of Vari. Okay.
Interesting. What else?
That hasn't been mentioned since... well, since Natlan, but, like, that hasn't, like, in Mondstadt. Ooh, that goes back. The other is a portion of the embryo left by my mother, Rhine-daughter.
Ah, the raw material from which she created her monsters in the past. There's not much of it left.
An embryo?
Dragon blood, monster flesh, and embryo. Sounds to me like a formula for creating life.
Hold on. 'Cause it's Durin's blood, right? Hold on, I'm just reading. Alchemical reagents. Is that the dragon blood? Correct. Durin's heart has continued to beat ever since the day he died. That means it's just a matter of time before he eventually returns. It could be centuries away, or millennia, but the day will come. I spent years investigating in Dragonspine, so I'm well aware of the danger he poses. He has already posed a considerable threat to Mondstadt at less than half of his original strength. There's no telling how dire the consequences would be if he ever regained a full life force. Hence, if we want to be free of the dangers posed by his blood and limitless vitality, we must find a way to eliminate Durin entirely. Unfortunately, Durin is a special entity. Even after death, he could reawaken at any moment. So, the solution is to kill him, and then resurrect him in a different form. Upon resurrection, he will no longer be the creature he once was. In fact, he will no longer be a monster at all, because I intend to transform him into a human-like being. Oh my god, so they could be like brothers. That's so cute, actually. During the summer, Clea and I visited I didn't play that. Ugh, Genshin and you locking important stuff behind limited time events. Like, even people like me who tends to play a good chunk of them misses, like I tend to miss them every once in a while. And I did not play that one. During the summer, Clea and I visited a fairy tale world called Simulanka. It was created by mages from the Hexen Circle, so I'm sure you know of it.
Of course. It was even the home of one of M's children the other Oh, I see.
It was during that journey that I learned, with certainty, that Durin could return to life one day. That experience inspired me. I met the pure soul M had created, and I knew if I wanted to change Durin's fate, he could be the key. To that end, I devised an alchemical model for that transmutation. The soul will come from the fairy tale dragon of Simulanka, the blood from the original dragon's heart. Okay, that makes sense. And the monster remnants from the Mare Javari and the embryo mother left behind will form the flesh. The corrosive nature of the dragon venom and the heightened vitality of the monster remnants will offset each other, keeping the constructed body in perfect balance. A powerful side effect can be triggered when festering forces and life energy collide. In an alchemical setting, the results are sure to be nothing short of astounding. I was just rereading it, sorry.
The glint in your eye when you talk about these ideas. You really are your mother's child.
Thank you. Do you see that as a bad thing, Aunt Alice?
Of course not. To me, you're both extraordinary individuals. I find you fascinating.
Even if my mother killed half of Conria? Let's not forget that.
In any case, now I see why you asked Venti for help. The raw materials you seek are extremely valuable. The misuse of even the tiniest amount could cause unimaginable chaos.
Huh.
That said, we're happy to give you what you need. But there is one condition. You need to prove you can wield them. And so, you must pass the Hexen Circle's trial.
Makes sense. I understand. I figured something like this might happen. That's why I asked the Traveler to come along. Wait, I'm joining you in this thing? You're not gonna try to talk me into it, right? Oh, you need convincing? I thought you wanted to keep an eye on me. Who knows what sort of outlandish things I might attempt without someone to keep me in track. Fine, I'm not gonna argue with you. I love how everyone's just like, you know, what if something happens, you know? And we're just like, okay, fine. Cora says, the idea of turning a mythical creature into a human just reminds me of a clip from The Last Unicorn. Man, I need to watch that movie. I read a little bit of the original book, but it was a library book, so I had to return it, and then I never got it again. But I need to watch that movie. I've heard it's really good.
So you know our tricks, huh?
Venti hasn't said a word in this entire scene. Aunt Alice has always loved a spectacle. Any chance to witness friends come together to support one another.
Well, success means little if you have no one to celebrate it with, no?
Good point.
Although, I'm afraid dear Paimon will have to sit this one out.
Sorry, Paimon.
What? Why?
Cuz. Just cuz.
The Hexen Circle trials are no walk in the park, my dear. Besides, I already decided on the structure. There's only room for 2 participants, I'm afraid. No more, no less. You understand, don't you, Paimon? Oh, don't be too angry with your dear aunt.
Nah, she just doesn't want her to be there.
Okay. You can turn off the charm. Paimon will stay behind.
Thank you for being so understanding. Then, whenever you two are ready, interact with the chessboard on the table. It will guide you through the trial.
Then let me make a formal request. Will you go through this trial with me? Let's try. Are you ready? Just about.
Then, my dear children, get ready for a taste of the Dodo King's magic.
Pecora says, Paimon doesn't get to go to the front lines. No. No, it's us. We have to go to the front lines. Because we're the protagonists. And as you can tell, we are extremely excited. The Traveler is oh so excited. You can tell by their, tiredness. Venti's just there. He's just sitting there. Well, so does he have materials from the Mare Javari? Anyway, it's certainly in keeping with Hexen Circle modalities. Yeah. Ooh, we've been shrunken down to chess piece size.
Whoa, you're so tiny now. Take extra care of yourselves, okay?
Don't die. What is it? Nothing. It's just. Oh my god. The Traveler's been talking a lot recently. Nothing. It's just Paimon's voice is even louder than usual now that now I'm this size. What the usual? She's always so energetic and lively. Nothing can dampen her spirits. Don't worry. You'll be back with her again in no time.
You sound pretty confident, Albedo.
Aunt Alice, I didn't realize you'd be personally conducting the trial.
Well, since your mother has to recuse herself, who better than I to put your abilities to the test?
Okay.
I have prepared quite a riveting new performance just for you two. See? Defeat them in battle. Prove to me that you have what it takes to achieve your goal. Swashbuckle your way to victory like gallant fairy tale heroes.
Cool. Okay. I'm scared. Because the mechanics of this is kind of confusing. Okay, I do have his burst, but...
Adventure time.
Run! Oh my god.
Moments of birth.
What the hell? Oh, hi Albedo. Didn't know you were here. Wait, run away. Okay, what if I...
Frost is coming.
Yeah,
Teamwork is strength.
bro, I'm dead. I'm dead. I don't know, man.
Witness my great undertaking.
I need Freminator to heal. I need him to heal. I need him to
Burst forth.
Give me a shield. Okay. Actually, no, Farina. I need Farina. Oh my god.
Shower me with praise.
Did it swirl? Yes, it did. Good.
Witness my great undertaking.
Oh my god.
Burst forth.
Throw anything.
Just
Just throw anything.
Brace yourselves.
Genshin if it was takes two. Wait. I need to heal. Okay.
Witness my great
Well, I don't
undertaking.
need it, but like, when I do.
King and Queen should present a united front.
Okay.
Yahoo!
Burst forth.
Okay.
Moment of birth.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Hair. Live.
Why is the entire floor? Okay, okay. Okay, king. You're the king, right? You're the king.
Feel this ancient power.
Thank you, Albedo. I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, and then they turn into people. I know. Well, like people like people.
It had to be this form?
Oh,
A toy really doesn't suit me.
hello. This one doesn't seem like
Well
Alice.
done. But this isn't over. I will now preside over the second trial. Stare straight ahead, and you will see things as they appear. But change your perspective, and you will see them as they are.
Ooh. Flipped upside down? So are we in the ceiling? Or in another... I don't know.
The trial awaits.
These are some super cool enemy designs. They look so cool. They look so cool. Okay. Okay.
Only by turning the world on its
Barbalot.
head
Ooh.
can we see its true colors. So it begs the question, what do you see on the other side of this chessboard? Pawns earned true freedom the moment they gained legs with which to run. So, in the spirit of
Sorry, I'm trying to read this. Hold on.
I prepared a little surprise for you.
For Albedo?
To thank me, of course.
Sorry, I'm like listening and reading.
A small gesture of kindness from me, Barbara.
Hold up. Try the frozen. Please! It's not freezing! It's not freezing! Yes, 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 yes! Ah!
Where were we? Burst forth.
Okay. Okay, so far it's not that bad. So far it's not that bad. It's just like if you don't do the freeze, if you don't do the freeze, then they do like, not necessarily a one shot, but like, big attack, big damage. Scary.
Adventure time.
Let us dance, my dearest.
Let's light it up.
I love these two modulators, so.
Shower me with praise.
Great undertaking.
I thought I memorized.
Oh, cool.
Think you can get away? I'm going in. Yahoo!
Getting here. Great undertaking.
Yeah, I'm trying. The thing ain't coming up.
Getting here.
Okay, good.
Oh no!
Good,
Sorry,
good.
my dear.
Let the world collide. Off we go.
Moments of birth. You're ruining the...
Ouch. Ow.
Let's light it up.
I could have died.
Commencing cleanup.
Let me try this from
Stage
it.
is yours, my queen.
I shall take the spotlight once more.
Great undertaking.
Thank you, Albedo.
This is all getting rather dreary.
Allow me, darling.
Shower me with praise.
Oh wait, just like
Adventure time. Teamwork is true. Time for takeoff.
Toasty.
Feel this ancient power.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. It wasn't as stressful as I thought it would be. I think it's just like maybe it's outside the quest that it's a lot more stressful because we don't have Albedo
very
helping us.
well done.
Cora says, they really should be more patient when it comes to voice lines in combat. They really should. Because, like, this is the first time, I think, we've ever heard Barbalov speak. So I'm like, no. Like, what are you saying? You know? Yeah. We did it!
Oh, they've grown up so fast. I'm so proud.
Really? Well then, I'll leave you to debrief the others about today's events.
I'm leaving. See you later. Bye.
Huh? You're leaving already?
You did marvelously today. I'm thrilled for both of you. And should you feel the need to gloat profusely to that student of mine so she knows to up her game, be my guest.
She's talking about Mona.
Lovely tea party. But that'll do me for now. Until next time, my dearies.
Bye-bye.
You're just going to up and leave? Barbie?
Barbie.
You'll have to forgive Barbalov. She's always on the move. And she never says where she's going either. I think she enjoys the mystique. But if I had to guess, she's probably going for a walk. She's a very health-conscious individual. Barbie was satisfied with your victory. And so am I.
Ayo.
Congratulations to you both. You can come back now. Oh, whoops. I need to turn you back to normal first, don't I?
Do we fall to the floor?
You're finally back!
Oh, we did. I love that.
So easy!
Thanks.
Nice to have you back safe and sound. Now time to relax and switch off. You've earned it.
Wait, but what about the whole Durin thing? Thank you. Felt pretty good to beat the trial. Once you've rested up, let me know when you're free, so we'll head to Dragonspine.
To deal with the dragon of Dragonspine, right?
Yeah. Indeed. The sooner we deal with Durin, the better. Bye. Venti left. Oh my god, he left. Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, he was sitting right here. Where'd you go?
Nice to have you back safe and sound. Now time to relax and switch off. You've earned it.
Oh, okay. Where did you go? You were right here. You were right here. Like, we go into a little trial fighting the king and queen, and Venti's like, alright guys, see ya. Axel05 says, how are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah. Whoa, look at that. With the cryo symbol. Is this new? Is this new? Or has this been here already? This little symbol here. It looks new to me. But maybe I'm just crazy. Ah, Dragonspine. Are we going to... Okay, we're going down here. Oh, sorry, I landed on your rib.
Yep, this place is as freezing as ever.
There it is.
Paimon's hands are turning to ice.
Want to climb into my hood?
You sure? Is it warm in there?
It should take the edge off. It might improve your mood, but okay. Never mind. There's his heart. We arrived. Sorry, Paimon. I have to get to work now.
Still beating away after all this time.
Still alive. Leave it to me. You two, stay on guard.
May Paimon ask a question?
What are you gonna say? You may.
Who is Durin to you? Do you think of him as one of your kind? And is he a dragon, person, animal, or monster?
From an alchemical perspective, we're both artificial creations, but biologically speaking, we have no relation whatsoever. So to say we are kin would be categorically incorrect. Okay, but what's your real answer, Albedo? Come on.
Sounds like you prefer humans to dragons then.
It's not so much a matter of preference. Rather, as things stand, I would say I belong to the class of human, albeit a unique category thereof. But then again, most forms of life in this world possess some unique traits. I am perhaps the most unique among humans, and that I'm the only one of my kind. Well, you're not the only one of your kind. The others were just discarded. But soon there will be another just like me, assuming this alchemical project proves successful. I believe Mini Durin already told you of his intent to replace the Durin of Dragonspine. After my conversation with him, he also expressed a strong interest in becoming human. It's a fascinating prospect, not to mention an extremely challenging one, but I understand why he came to that decision. Do you see this as an act of creation? Well, understood in the broadest sense, this project deals with both the past and future, and stands to profoundly impact many lives. That primarily is what makes it worthwhile. Helping Mini Durin become who he wants to be is a secondary. Helping Mini Durin become who he wants to be is a secondary consideration, though still a meaningful one. By contrast, my own personal motivations are nothing so grand and meaningful. I'm just pursuing something I believe in. In my view, to cultivate life which the world cannot generate endogenously is to cultivate the world itself. Whatever aids life in attaining a greater level of perfection improves the world by doing so. It is not a question of whether this ought to be done or not, merely whether I wish to. The alchemical enterprise is concerned with deciphering and comprehending all forms of knowledge, and that is the path I walk. Of course, that's not to say that this is just a science experiment to me. Anything that affects Mondstadt, I approach first and foremost as a member of the Knights of Favonius. Does that answer your question satisfactorily? Well enough. So basically what he's saying is, because like a big part of Albedo's interest in alchemy, so to say, is, well, first of all, the fact that he is an alchemical creation. Actually, no, it is that. The fact that he is an alchemical creation, and yet he is in the image of something natural, so to say, makes him very fascinated in the act of creation, right? Like, I have Albedo, and, like, most of his lines, like, with attacks has, something to do with creation, or like, bringing something to life, right? Where he says, like, come into being, live, burst forth, stuff like that, right? And, of course, like, because he is inherently, because he is not a real human, so to say, like, this little experiment he's doing with Durin, I guess he's in a way replicating, not in a way, this is, like, it is, he's replicating what Rheindotter did for him, right? It's like, it's clear that he is very fascinated in, I guess, his origins, or, like, what led to his creation, I guess, and so he's, like, replicating it himself, and then, of course, he's like, oh yeah, the helping Mini Durin and helping Mondstadt, that's good too. But I'll admit, like a big part of it is just my own genuine fascination. My own genuine fascination to see how this works, to see how this tinkers. Because, like, I am not natural. And yet, I don't know, like, I am not natural. And that's what makes me interesting. But that's the reason why I'm so interested in alchemy. I don't know. I don't know if my like offshoot analysis is making any sense, but like, I don't know. He's interested in the act of creation because not only is he a creation, but he is what we'd say an unnatural one. And so, yeah. Anyway, okay. Mansplaining over. Chorus says, does he want to be a real boy? I don't think Albedo wants to be a real boy. I think Albedo, like, likes the fact that he's artificial. Scaramouche, on the other hand, yeah, no, Scaramouche wants to be a real boy. I mean, he's literally called the puppet, so, yeah. Anyway, finished.
Looks like a golden energy has encased the dragon's heart.
Like I think Albedo likes the fact, this is just my analysis of him. I think he likes the fact that he's like a synthetic homunculus creation thingy. I think he likes that fact. But I do believe there is definitely a part of him that's like, but what if I were like human, like a human? What if I were, right? Because they like hint at the fact that Albedo doesn't really feel cold. I think they hint at that fact in some previous event. And I don't know if it's just his personality or if it's also a hint at his inhumanity, but the fact that he's very, like, distant from people, not in a mean way, but like in a way that, like, he doesn't really engage much in conversation, you know? Although that might just be a personality thing, I don't know. The whole heart would be too big. I don't need that much. Instead, I've just removed the core. The rest will soon lose its vitality completely. This time, Durin's body should finally die for good.
Wait, but in that case, what's gonna happen to the fake Hertha? And what about the people who fell under Durin's influence?
Well, they're all gonna die? The Knights will keep an eye on them, but as far as I'm concerned, eliminating Durin's influence on citizenry and creating a new Durin, and creating a new Durin through alchemy are one and the same thing. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Armed with his heart, I'll be able to complete the alchemical array and deal with all these issues in one go. Let's go back to Mondstadt. So what's up with the marriage of Ari? We like randomly mentioned that.
Puddles and see who can make the biggest splash.
Yeah, unfortunately there's no puddles here, kid. I love how the marriage of Ari is just
It stopped raining already? A shame. I wanted to play some more.
Yeah, it just kind of rained for a second and then not. Just wanted to check it. No? Okay. Let's call it a day here. Thank you for accompanying me.
Pleasure! We sure learned a lot.
Mondstadt's a lively place during the Windbloom Festival. You should take a look around and pick out some nice souvenirs for yourselves.
Oh yeah, the festival! Wonder who the Windbloom Star is gonna be this time.
Who the heck is the Windbloom Star? That's never been brought up before.
Well, we've been too busy dealing with this situation the entire time. Who else would be free to work during the Windbloom Festival?
I'm sure we'll find out on the day of. Wait until 2 days later. Alright. Let's look at this nice sunset. Ooh, it's Celestia. Ooh. Let's look at this nice sunset. Beaming. Okay, actually, this is very nice for a photo, actually. This is actually very, very nice for a photo. What the heck? I'm setting it up, making it look all aesthetic. Come on. Ooh, actually, can I get your idol when you're, like, playing the lyre? I would love that. Take out your lyre. Take it out. Take it out, or else we won't see Celestia anymore. Okay, I'll do this in case. Can you pull out your Laia, please? Thank you. And you can't even see it. Awesome. Never mind then. Well, that works too. That works too. Okay, okay. 2 days, 2 days. 2 days. What can I see from up here? I can see Chenyu Vale. I don't know what here is. Oh, it's Liyue. That's what. Sumeru. All the way back here. All the way back here, Sumeru. Not Dragon Spine. Storm Terror's Lair. Old Mondstadt right here. Every time we go like super high up in the sky, I like to see all of the locations, see what we can see. It's really cool.
The Windbloom Festival is about to begin! Let's go check it out!
Wait, it hasn't been happening? Oh my god, it's Timmy's birds.
Let's play!
Darn. I thought I could. Darn. Hey, Timmy, the sun's about to go down. Shouldn't you get back home? Shouldn't you go back to your mom? Hello, Swan. Hello, Lawrence.
Finding someone to chat to would be best.
Hey, you got a guy sitting right next to you. Standing right next to you. You got a guy, like, right there. Oh, you mean that. You mean, like, the statue plaza. That's what you meant. Okay. Well, there are stairs, but, you know. The Animal Archon doesn't use stairs. He just flies upwards.
Here we go!
He just does this. Cora says, Storm Terror's Lair is an underrated location. Is such a cool and nicely somber setting. I love that place. It's so nice. What are these? One thing I don't know if it's a glitch. If it is though, then I'm surprised they never fixed it, or I guess they just didn't notice. I don't know if this is a glitch.
That's quite a crowd over there. Is someone doing a performance? Let's go see!
Not yet. I don't know if this is a glitch, but, you know, like, normally when you're in the overworld, and you fight an enemy, whatever music is playing, it, like, changes to the battle theme. It doesn't do that in Storm Terror's Lair. I mean, maybe it does now, but, like, a part of me highly doubts it. But, yeah, at least in my game, it doesn't change.
Come on, Traveler.
Shut up.
Let's go.
It doesn't change when you're fighting an enemy in Storm Terror's Lair. The sad music just keeps playing. And, like, maybe, okay, I'm overanalyzing it. Maybe I am, okay? Because I also wonder, like, there's so many other locations in Genshin that have that very similar vibe, and yet they still have, like, the music switch. But there's, like, a dumb little, like, over-analytical part of me that says, what if the reason the music doesn't change is because the somberness, like, overtakes anything that is because the somberness overtakes anything that is going on. Like, this isn't a place of, like, well, I mean, it's a place of beauty, but, like, this isn't a place of, like, beauty. This isn't just a normal area you're supposed to explore. This is a place that's just sad. This is a place that had a great history that once fell. Is it me over-analyzing it? Yes, 100%, and, like, I'm, like, 70% sure it's just a glitch, but that's what I like to think. Storm Terror's Lair is very beautiful.
Hi everyone. I'm Sansa.
Girl.
And I'm working on becoming a bard. Thanks for coming out today, and, yeah, I guess I'll start the song now.
So let's hear it.
All goes quiet on Starsnatch Cliff. High in the trees, all is... Oh, wait. Sorry, that's not right.
Cora says, I could totally see that being the case. Yeah, there's, like... See, that's the funny thing about Genshin. That's the really funny thing about Genshin, where, like... It's, like, sometimes... Like, the funny thing about Genshin is, like, I can't tell whether... Well, it's not I can't tell. Like, are you overanalyzing it, or are you analyzing it just enough? You know what I mean? Like, Genshin really is one of, like, one of those games, when it comes to their lore, Neosonic fan says my ears. You know, maybe you should, maybe you should find, like, a vocal coach or something, you know? Or this is what I do. I'm not saying that I'm a good singer or anything like that, but, like, or how about this? Like, find a song that you like and try to replicate the vocals. Like, not exactly, obviously, because you're not, like, that isn't actually your voice, but, like, it's something that I do when I sing, like, really listen to, like, the just, like, how the singer uses their voice. And to me, I say being, like, I consider myself an okay singer. And to me, it actually helps, like, quite a lot. Anyway, yeah, Sansa, do that.
High in the trees, no whiff of the wind, no sign of the birds, no flapping of wings. Then it goes, pause. Pause for a moment, and...
You know, you could bring out the piece of paper. You can look at the lyrics. It's fine.
Oh gosh, this is so embarrassing. I'm making a complete mess of this. I didn't get tongue-tied at all on the 42nd time, or the 90th time. So why can't I get it right now?
Oof.
The 42nd and 90th time?
Look, man, that happens, okay? That happens.
Yep.
I feel this.
I rehearsed this 100 times to try and perfect my performance. So, this is my 101st time playing this song. But my first time performing it live. I really thought it would go well this time. But nope. I blew it again. Though not for lack of practice, surely. I guess I need to figure out what I was doing right on my 42nd and 90th attempts and
100 rehearsals
keep practicing.
100 rehearsals is plenty. Maybe the problem isn't the amount of practice, but something else. Performance anxiety be wacky, literally.
Right. That amount of practice should have been more than enough. If it still isn't working, maybe it's more a question of how you've been practicing. Actually, the Traveler here has loads of experience with performing music. Why don't you tell us what your method is? Maybe we can give you some suggestions.
Oh, please. I dabble.
And, Paimon can give you pro tips from an audience perspective. As a highly seasoned and professional audience person.
Yes.
Aw, that's so kind of you. I'm touched that you're willing to help me. Give me a second. Let me just check my notes. Or, actually, why don't I just give you my notes so you can read them for yourself?
Notes about what?
Just things I jot down after each practice. Stuff to watch out for, areas to improve on, etc. Oh, but you can ignore the second half. That's just my random thoughts on other people's performances and trying out different instruments.
The worn-out notebook oh my god. The worn-out notebook records Sansa's detailed reflections on her rehearsals, but the random thoughts in the second half are quite verbose. It sounds less like journaling and more like an essay or a research report. No, that's just me. That's deadass just me. That's legit just me. No, literally, guys. Literally, like, oh my god. Okay, so I write like a stupid amount of notes for my characters and my stories. Which is why I hesitate so much, like, showing it to you people, because, like, when I say, like, I take this shit seriously, like, but anyway, that's unimportant. I have so many, like, notes about, like, characters and stuff like that, right? And, like, they literally are formatted like wiki pages. And I don't mean, like, very bare bones wiki pages. I'm talking about, like, those super detailed wiki pages. That's what I mean. Like, I go down to, like, even the clothing that they wear, even if it's, like, the most basic ass thing, I still always, like, write it down. Like, and so even though it's just for me, right? It's just for me. It's just for me and my ability to, like, keep track of everything that I'm doing. Everything is written down, like, super duper professionally. Everything is written down, like, really, really professionally, very, like, eloquent and concise and stuff like that. And the reason why I do that actually is it's very funny, but like I kind of find myself more organized when I write like that than if I just write it like willy-nilly. I don't know why, but I just feel like I get more organized. Like I'm able to like articulate my thoughts a lot better when I write like that. And also because it's just fun. Like, I don't know, I think it's just fun treating something, well, like, yeah, serious, but something that's not meant to be all that serious, and then writing it like a professional, like, article. Anyway.
Whoa, this is denser than the encyclopedias in the Mondstadt library. So are you like a music scholar, collector, librarian?
Nah, man, she's just me.
Well, my parents always hoped I'd become a scholar, so they made me take classes in all of those things and more. But now, I'm applying everything I've learned in academia to becoming a bard.
Dude, no, I felt that. Holy shit. No, I felt that. That sounds logical but feels off somehow. No, literally. No, okay. Where I picked up the habit, that's so funny, because where I picked up the habit of writing all of my writing notes so eloquently came from school. Like it came from all of those, like, cause I wrote a boatload of essays. It came from all of those essays that I had to write. And some, like, weird little part of me kind of sort of liked writing essays. And so I started doing that. I got, like, really used to it is what I'm saying. No, but I felt that. I felt that. It's like after literal years of writing in a very specific way, like after literal years of writing in a specific way, though you're not writing like that anymore, like to you, that's just, yeah, that's just notes. That's how you write stuff down. Anyway, I'm liking this. This is just a tiny little interaction that has nothing to do with the story, and I'm liking it a lot so far.
Well, I'm all ears. Where do you think I'm going wrong? Have I misunderstood some core principles of music theory, perhaps? Or am I approaching my rehearsals wrong?
I'm not sure I'm qualified to answer that. I feel like your efforts are misdirected.
Paimon never knew being a bard was such hard work. The tone-deaf bard always makes it look so easy. He never seems stressed out at all.
Well, yeah, because A, he's a god. B, he's been a bard for for like 1,000 years, for thousands of years. C, he's a god. D, he knows every song from the past, present, or future. E, he's a god. He's a god, Paimon.
And still, his singing and lyre playing always sound really great. Unless he's actually been practicing in secret.
That too, yeah. Why don't you have a voice? Why don't you have a voice? Is this even a quest? Hold up, am I even still in the Paralogism quest? Or am I something completely different? Whatever, it's fine. Whatever. Looking for me, traveler?
Venti!
Hey!
Tone-deaf bard, where did you come from?
Which wind brought you here? Why, the sweet wind of remembrance, of course. Sweet, with a hint of exotic flora, blowing... Hold up. Chorus says gods can have performance anxiety. They could, yeah. I mean, this motherfucker, for some reason, is allergic to cats. How does that make sense? I don't know. Why, the sweet wind of remembrance, of course. Sweet... Yeah, I read that right. I don't know why. I'm struggling, guys. Sweet, with a hint of exotic flora, blowing from a land far away.
Well, Paimon sure hasn't missed that attitude.
Actually, I was just out taking a stroll in the countryside when inspiration struck me like an apple falling from a tree. So I grabbed a leaf and hastily wrote down a few lines of verse. But before I could finish, there was a whoosh.
A whoosh?
Yes, the sound of a mischievous wind who insisted on being the first one to read my new poem. To being the first one to read my new poem. It whipped the leaf right out of my hand and whisked it away. I was about to give chase, but then I saw a dark silhouette appear and grab the leaf in its mouth. I sneezed a few times, and when I recovered, my second avid reader had vanished without a trace. Now I'm having the urge to sneeze again just thinking about it.
So it must have been a cat that stole the leaf, right? And with your allergies, you can't exactly go chasing it down.
It doesn't even make sense. So who is the second reader? But we can help. I'll ask the cat what it thought of the poem.
I can help too, Venti. Your music has always been a huge inspiration to me, so it would be my honor. And, after we find it, could I get some advice on songwriting from you? Sorry, I know I shouldn't spring that on you. I was just worried if I stayed quiet now, I might be too shy to ask later, and I didn't want to let the opportunity slip by, so I'm sorry. I hope I didn't make this weird.
She's literally me, guys. She's literally me. Demon FD says, Buenas noches. Hola, hola. Estás aquí en mi vivo. Sí, en donde yo vivo ya está noche, pero yo no sé en tu área. It's fine. If problems are the veins on a leaf, inspiration's like the nutrients that flow through them. You've got to grab them while you can. So, whatever questions you might have, ask away. I'll gladly share my thoughts with you.
Wow, really? Okay, I'll just grab my... Wait, where's my notebook? Oh, it's right here. Sorry, give me a second.
She's literally me, guys. She's literally me. This is just me. This is just me. Sansa frantically flicks through the questions on her page. It takes a breath. Boy, I cannot read tonight. What the hell? Sansa frantically flicks through the questions page on her notebook, takes a breath, and then explains her background and issues she's having. I see. Well, it sounds like you've already mastered music theory and your instruments. I don't think you need my input on either of those.
Huh? But then, why did her performance go so badly despite all the effort she put in? There's gotta be a reason for it.
I guess I just lack that natural talent.
Hey.
Maybe I'm not meant to be a bard, huh?
Hey. And for you people as well, because I know that y'all want to be like artists, writers, creators in some level. There is no such thing as natural talent, okay? Like, I do believe, and I think most people do believe, that there is definite, there is definitely an inherent, I think it mostly is interest. I think there's definitely an inherent, like, interest and passion people have for something that prompts them to be a lot better at it, but that just means that they're just working more and focusing more. Or I guess in a more Gen Z way of putting it, I think that just means that they're more locked in, right? And not everybody can like lock in like fully 100% on like a single thing. But like ultimately things just like mostly take skill. Anyway, little lecture for you guys. Little lesson for the day. I say that because, you know, like pretty much everybody has always like shown their art to a person, and the person's like, wow, you're so talented. And of course I take that, you know, I take that with pride. But you know, then the people say like, oh, that's so amazing. I can barely even draw a circle. Like, bitch, you think I can draw a circle? I can't. Like, watch any of my speed paints or my drawing streams. I cannot draw a circle. Anyway. Do you still remember why you wanted to become a bard in the first place?
Let me think. Maybe it was a sense of yearning. Back when my parents forced me to stay in my room and study, I'd always hear this bard singing outside the window.
Was it him?
His wonderful melodies and beautiful voice were like a soft breeze that stirred my heart. I remember thinking to myself, if I became a bard, could I be free like him?
It's him.
Yeah, that's it. I wanted to be free and happy just like him. And like him, I wanted to share that joy with the whole world.
Oh, that's so sweet. It's cute.
But I get so nervous when I'm performing in front of a crowd. I try to mitigate that by doing plenty of practice to make sure nothing goes wrong. But it's no use. As soon as the performance starts, I get tongue-tied.
Cora says, perfect circles are a bane. Literally. They're the worst. Well, I think you are a true bard.
What? But I can't even get my words out.
Didn't you say that you dreamed of becoming a bard for the sake of freedom and happiness? A bard's voice is like the wind. Nothing can tie it down, and nothing can stand in its way. Otherwise, you wouldn't have heard that bard's voice from your bedroom where you were studying. I do believe you're a true bard, but there's too much noise in your ears, and you've allowed that to drown out your thoughts. That's what's holding you back. Stop worrying about what other people think.
Exactly. If you really want to share freedom and joy with the world, first you need to be the freest and happiest person of them all.
You need to embody it. You need to embody the bard. Nice, Paimon. Sounds like you have the makings of a bard, too.
So, I've got to be my freest, happiest self in order to share that with others. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, thank you all so much. I'll be sure to take that to heart.
Well, since we're all here, why not give it another shot with the Traveler and I accompanying you on your instruments? I'd be happy.
In that case, Paimon will be the audience. Paimon is the most professional and freest audience you'll ever find.
Hell yeah. Yay!
That was my first ever successful performance in front of a crowd. For once, I didn't stumble over my words. Oh, I'm so happy. Once the music started, it felt like I became one with the wind. I could roam freely, and nothing could stop me.
The audience definitely felt it too. Look, even that cat came to check out the show. Wait, a cat?
It's gonna drop the leaf. Aha! That must be my second avid reader. Let's go ask about it and its thoughts on my...
Oh, Charcoal! So it was you! I'm sorry, that's my neighbor's cat. Whenever I'm rehearsing, it always comes to sit on the windowsill and listen in.
Adorable. Cora says, "Aw, we don't get to hear them sing." No. Charcoal.
What was that in its mouth? Was it the leaf with Venti's poem?
Heck yeah.
Charcoal! That belongs to Venti. It's very important to him. Could you give it back? You've helped me so much. I feel bad that I have no way to repay you.
Just buy me a drink. Hey, you've helped me plenty. I got my missing inspiration back, Sorry. You got my big... My god, why can't I read? Ah! Hey, you've helped me plenty. You got my missing inspiration back, didn't you? That's a huge... Another sneeze. Let's ask a kitty for Katrina. Let's ask the cat to say some notes. My god. Ah, you liked it? Whoa, not so close. Achoo. No more peeking. I haven't finished writing it yet. Whew, what a friendly feline. My friends, I hope to see you at my next performance. Bye!
Gone like the wind.
Yep.
I can hardly believe I got a personal lesson from Venti himself. I must find time to thank him properly. Oh, and of course, I owe you two a huge thank you as well.
Just buy him a glass and he'll be like more than happy.
I
Over the
can't
moon.
offer much, but why don't you take this songbook? It's from back when I was studying. I noted down all kinds of tunes from many parts of the world. Maybe you'll find it useful. Oh, and as well as tunes, I also collected all kinds of instruments. You're welcome to try them out anytime you want. It'll be great to have another musician to trade tips with.
Awesome! We'll definitely take you up on that.
Okay, what was this? Oh, is that what it was? Okay. Yeah, it was this. It's the like rhythm game thingy that they made a permanent feature. I was wondering. Because I was like, this was clearly for something. Because it's so separate from everything else. Anything else? Okay. Yeah, we'll finish Paralogism. Alright. I don't know why I did that. I meant the map. Anywhere else I'm supposed to go? Favonius headquarters. Go to the plaza. Oh my god, did I literally just accidentally walk into a completely different quest? I did. That was super cute though, that was super cute. And some venti characterization as well. Thank you, Genshin, for telling people like, hey, playing music is actually kind of hard. Playing it well is even harder. Playing it well in front of people is triple harder. I know. And that's not even being professional at it. Okay, back to actual real story stuff. Back to actual real story. And oh yeah, no. I'm gonna keep talking about this. I also love the whole like, oh, you have the makings of a bard because all you really want is to be like free and happy. And here is my like super overly analytical brain going like, oh, of course he thinks that because he dedicated his entire life to being the bard friend that he was with when he was still like a little wind spirit. And so he associates being a bard with not only freedom, but he associates with being a bard as like actually living life and not being like trapped in a little cage. Like he associates happiness with being a bard is what I'm trying to say. He associates happiness with being a bard because he hasn't been able to like properly let go of the pain of his dead friend. Right? And so like when this girl is like, oh, I wanted to be a bard, I don't know, cause I liked it and I thought it was cool. He's like, that is all the reason you need. Anyway, okay, we can stop now. Story time, story. But, you know, maybe I'm not, like, reaching. Because sometimes I'm like, maybe I'm reaching. Maybe I'm just, like, overanalyzing. But now I'm thinking about it a little bit. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure that's, like, a thing, right? That, like, he associates being a bard with happiness. Because of the like, his friend. Because, like, I forgot what item lore it was in. I completely forgot which one it was. But it said something, it had something along the lines of, typically it's the people who are influenced by the god. And then they mentioned that, well, Lord Barbados is kind of like an opposite case, where it was the people that influenced him. Chorus says, putting on the big brain cap for pretty small things can be pretty fun. Oh yeah, no, it's super fun. That's why I do it. That's why I do it, because it's, like, super, super fun. But, yeah, there was, like, some piece of lore somewhere. I forgot what item it was, but it said something along the lines of, like, typically, typically, the people, it's the people who are influenced by the god. But in Lord Barbados' case, it's kind of like the opposite, where he was influenced by the people. And then the rest of the lore was just talking about, like, the original rebellion against Decorabian, which was when Venti was still with his friend, with his, like, bard friend. And so, like, no, like, I'm not bullshitting when I say, like, his entire everything, like, from his appearance to his occupation to his philosophy, like, his everything is based on that boy. Yeah, his everything is based on that boy, so, no, it makes complete sense that, like, he associates, like, being a bard with a happy life. And so he's like, all the reason anybody ever needs to be a bard is to just, like, want to be happy, I guess. like, that's the only motivation you need. Which, I mean, like, which, I mean, is kind of like, well, yeah, no duh, Pep. No duh, it's like the most basic of basic, like, morals. And, like, it's not the moral that's important, it's me analyzing my favorite character. Anyway. Like, for reals. Jean. As you all know, during this year's Windbloom Festival, the people of Mondstadt have banded together to defeat several waves of monsters that tried to invade our city. Accordingly, we would like to reward the title of Windbloom Star to someone who made an outstanding contribution to the defense operation. Oh, so that's what it means. This is someone who may not look like a strong warrior, but whose keen insights play a vital role in gaining control over conflicts. His words and songs always have a way of lifting people's spirits, and they were a great support to us all. Let's give us a round of applause to this year's Windbloom star, Venti the Bard. I can't read.
Wow! Amazing!
Venti!
Yeah!
Huh? No way! You're really gonna pick me?
Why not? You're the perfect person for the job.
Alright. Does that mean I get unlimited free drinks at the tavern?
The only reward I accept. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to support this year's Windbloom star. If you'd like, you can even take a drink while you give your acceptance. Oh my god. If you would like, you can even take a drink while you give your acceptance speech to the crowd. Ugh. Chorus says, the god wins an award. Yeah, hold up. What is this for again? What is this for again? Someone who made an outstanding contribution. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's true, he did. I just thought you'd keep that, like, okay. And now all of Mondstadt is going to be like, what did you do? What did you do? I thought you were cowering in fear. And he's like, haha, I have my ways. And then the rest of Mondstadt's like, no, but seriously, what did you do?
In that case, instead of a speech, how about a song?
Yes.
Everyone! The best bard in the land is about to begin his performance, so don't go away! Gather round and lend me your ears!
Erica is having so much fun voicing him. Oh, yo! It's a cutscene! He's so pretty. What are you doing? Well, I know what you're doing, but... I hereby exercise the prayer of formation. Ooh! You're just doing this in the street? Oh, okay. Whoa. Ubiquitous earth, flowing water, refining fire, fortifying wind. Traverse the 18th, worldly, and 20th passage. Emergent soul, enter the mortal realm. Elevate festering flesh into sacred blood and bone. Oh. Oh, sages. Witness my grand endeavors. This is so cool. Was it a distraction? It was a distraction! Yeah, it was! Well, for most people. That's so cute! That's so cute. How was it? Not bad, right? Oh, okay, I guess you didn't voice that part. Whatever. There he is! There he is! Yo! That was such a cool cutscene. Cora said this would go so hard if
Albedo, how did everything go?
Cora says this would go so hard if Koi was voicing Albedo still. Dude, I was literally thinking that. I was literally thinking that. Like, oh man, with Koi's voice it would have been like 10 times cooler. Alas, that didn't happen. Oh well. But, oh, man. Man, Genshin's like cutscenes have just been getting like better and better. Like, with every passing year. Like, the lighting effects, guys? Ah, beautiful. But yeah, no, like, Koi, please come back. Please come back. I'm begging you. Like, we literally had, like, such a cool moment that would have, like, it would have gone so hard. Oh well. Very smoothly, I say. We achieved our goal.
Really? So Mini During looks like a human now?
Yep. Correct. However, this newly formed body is still stabilizing. We should give him some time. Incredible work, Albedo. I graciously accept the compliment. It really is rather remarkable what we've accomplished.
So, how do you feel right now?
Quite good. I did what I set out to do and achieved a personal goal. I think even she would have made a rare facial expression had she seen it.
She?
My mother. My master and mother. Gold. Rhindaughter. A long time ago, she sent me to Mondstadt with the instruction to complete a task of monumental importance. To find the truth of the world. I had a theory about what she meant, and in time, I was able to corroborate it. Sure enough, finding the truth of the world basically stood for getting a life. Damn, okay. You're just gonna say it like that. That might be easy for most people, but for someone like me, it meant doing a lot of learning about a lot of things. I had to find out about myself and the world around me, get to know me, and get to know other people. Life is the space that exists between me and the world. To become truly human, I had to inhabit that space. So, for an artificial human, finding a life is, in a sense, finding the truth of the world. I mean, yeah, I guess.
So that's what she meant, huh? Well, no wonder those monsters wanted to infiltrate the city and replace you. They wanted your life for themselves.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Like, you can't really be human. Cause like, what Rhindaughter was doing was trying to make a human. It makes sense. You can't really be human without living the human life. Being alive is just existing, but having a life is what makes you truly human. I think that's the message she wanted to get across to me. True. I mean, yeah. Still, I found this whole series of events has given me new inspiration. Becoming human is only the beginning. What follows is the choices a human has to make in life, as well as the kinds of family bonds they will form. Most people would probably see the events in the last few years as something out of a nightmare. But for me, it's just a part of my family life. That's cute. But also pretty funny. I fear that the carefree existence my brother has enjoyed this far will now come to an end. Just like me, he will have to step into the world and face face the same constraints as everyone else.
You've got an unusual family, that's for sure.
Yep, it's having a very unusual creator. Well, yeah, no, literally what I said. Well, I suppose we get it from our mother. She's highly unusual. There are all kinds of families in the world. Some base their life around... Oh my god! Why can't I read? What the heck? What is wrong with me tonight? There are all kinds of families in the world. Some base their life around the family store. Others around the farm. In my family, I suppose we tend to the flower beds. And now I'm a gardener too. As long as you feel like you've gained something from the experience. Master never showed her face. But if the Hexen Circle knows what I've done, that means she knows as well. That means she knows as well and gave her approval. What? Excuse me? No, you don't just say it like that. You don't just say it like that. Genshin, what is this? What is it? You're just gonna drop massive lore like that? Seriously? Just like that? Oh my god, this is like that scene from Attack on Titan where Rainer and Bertolt just literally revealed that they were the Colossal and Attack Titan as a background thing. This is given Attack on Titan, where, okay, it's not exactly a huge reveal because a lot of the fandom already knew that, except me. Like, I legit didn't know for the longest time. And, like, you know, like, the whole joke is that they dropped some, like, it was like this huge reveal, and they dropped it literally as a joke in background audio. No, no, but this is worse! Because at least most of the fandom knew. At least most of the fandom suspected it. They just dropped this. Cora says, devouring, huh? Since devouring Nabarius, it would seem she has finally found a modicum of peace. Nabarius, if I have my facts correctly, is the shade of life. And if so, then I truly am happy for her. She didn't always have a penchant for madness, you know? So she was mad, and then devoured the shade of life. And then is fine now?
Devouring Nabarius?
Nabarius, okay.
What's Nabarius?
Here's me, Nabarius. Okay, Nabarius. It's the name of the ruler of life. Yeah!
What?
Yeah! Yeah, you're just gonna say that? Cypher Smoothie says, I haven't played Genshin Impact since 2 years ago. What happened? A lot. And a lot is still happening right now. Oh, since 2 years ago. That's like Sumeru, I guess. Fontaine, Natlan, which I'm sure you know. Fontaine, you learn about, like, you learn a lot about, like, the heavenly principles, basically cursing the nation of Fontaine to drown, and we save it. Natlan, we have some troubles with the Abyss, and Celestia kind of does the opposite, where they, like, help a lot. We meet the Four Shades, which are, like, gods, like, directly under the Primordial One. Well, we meet Renova. And now we're getting some massive lore on Nabarius as well. Like, okay. A lot's been going on. Like, new Dainsleif quest is out as well. Like, Skirk? Like, Skirk is not even from Teyvat. Like, there's a lot. A lot's been going on. Story-wise. Anyway. Axel05 says, wait, so this is a never-ending game? Well, the main story is supposed to end in Conria, which is supposed to be the very last region. And considering we just finished Natlan, we're going into... Well, originally we were supposed to go into Snezhnaya, and then the devs decided to push it back a year and introduce Nodcry instead, which, unlike a good chunk of the fandom, I actually think that's a good idea for a lot of, like, story reasons and stuff. So, but, like, and after Snezhnaya, it's supposed to be Conria, and probably Celestia after Conria, let's be honest. But the main story is generally supposed to end around Conria, and since we just finished Natlan, we're, like, kind of sort of approaching endgame. But that's the main story. Once we finish Conria and probably Celestia right after, I 100,000% believe that Genshin is going to keep going, right? They're gonna do some other stuff. What that other stuff is, I don't know. We have no idea. But as in their main story they have cooked up, it should be over in, like, 3 years, I guess. Yeah, like 3-ish years, probably. As in, like, the main story that they have been planning, like, since 2018 or something. Anything beyond that, because, oh no, they will 100% continue this game. Anything beyond that, I have no idea. Aunt Alice told me about it not too long ago, but it came as no surprise. I knew Master would do it sooner or later. What? What? As for the ruler of life, all I truly know is this. Nabarius is not gone. Instead, because of Master's actions, she and Nabarius are now one? What? What? Excuse me? What? In any case, thank you so much for your help during this ordeal, for choosing to stand by my side through it all.
Of course. That's what friends are for.
Paimon took the words right out of my mouth. Hearing you say that means more than I can say. I'll make sure to pass along the sentiment when I report back to Master Jean.
Oh, so you're heading back to headquarters? Well, good luck with the report.
Thank you. I'll get going. Bye!
Wow, this Windbloom Festival turned out to be a special one. It feels like we really made a difference.
Yeah.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot. If the Windbloom star has already been chosen, what is this year's Windbloom gonna be?
Cypher Smoothie says, lore? Insane exposition drop. Yeah. Yeah, no, they just said that. They just said that. Wait, but like, how? No, okay, like, not how as in like the logistics. No, it's like, how did Neberus? Neberus? How do you say your fucking name?
Devouring Nabarius.
Nabarius. Like, I mean, how is in like, how did Nabarius allow this? Or, sorry if I blew the mic. Or maybe she didn't. Or maybe Rhindaughter like it was like a fight, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe Nabarius didn't allow it. But like, she must have. Or he. But it's probably a she. They must have in some way because like the sinners are powerful. They're extremely powerful. But are they as powerful as the shades? Are they? Or was this like a deal sort of thing? And if it was a deal, why? Like, I know all of this is hopefully going to get solved later, but like, whoa, okay.
Wanna take a guess?
What is it? Let me guess. Well, let me guess. Cecilia.
Venti, you're back.
Or he's just going to do a cop-out and say, it can be anything you want.
Well, I couldn't keep my two dear friends in the dark about this year's Windbloom.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Cecilia?
I like it.
The true feelings of the prodigal son. A sentiment as sweet and warm as a gentle spring breeze. Perfect for the season.
Genshin, why do you keep doing this to me? That means something. Or I feel like it means something. I feel like that means something. The true feelings of the prodigal son. A sentiment as sweet and warm as a gentle breeze. Perfect for the season. Okay, no, okay. The reason why I paused as well is cause, so in Venti's drip marketing, because yes, he did have drip marketing, but this was, this is when Genshin first came out, so obviously people weren't hyping up the character card, because we didn't know what Genshin was yet, because it like just came out. But like, you know how like every single character, when their like character design like officially releases, they have like a little quote like captioned along with them? For Venti, in his original drip marketing, it was the true feelings of the prodigal son, and the quote was by the Cecilias, which I thought was really interesting. I thought that was like, huh, okay. And more often than not, actually, no, like most of the time, the quotes in their drip marketing, pertains to them, obviously, because it's promoting the character. So, like, true feelings of the prodigal son clearly has to do with him in some way. In some way. And they have not mentioned this quote until now. So now I'm like, what does that mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? This means something. I feel it. I feel like this means something. Also, this is like my little theory as well. This is my theory. I have a theory that the Cecilias have to do something with the god of time. Because Venti has a close connection with the god of time. We don't really know what it is, but he does. And the Cecilia, the reason why I think that it has to do with the god of time is because, I think the Cecilias only grow in the harshest, like in areas with the harshest winds. Yeah, they only grow in the areas with the harshest winds. So that's why you find them like at the top of the cliff. Well, not the top of the cliff, but like at the cliff. And they're close to the Thousand Winds Temple. And, okay, that doesn't sound like it has any connection with Istaroth, but, like, one of Istaroth's epithets is the Thousand Winds of Time. That's, like, one of her titles. And so, like, she's clearly connected to the wind, and, okay, that doesn't really have much to do with time. I swear it had a connection. I swear, it, like, part of my theory pertained to the fact that Cecilia had a connection to time, and I'm, like, completely forgetting what it was now. Cora says, the fact you remember a quote from a marketing ad of all things is wild. Listen. Not anything, but most of the time, when it has to do with Venti, I'm, like, hyper vigilant, okay? When I say he is my favorite character, like, I mean it. Like, I love this little bard with every fiber of my entire being, okay? Like, but, like, a big part of it is because, yeah, he is my favorite character, but another part of it is because, like, I will admit this is a super biased take, but on the other hand, I do believe it genuinely. I do genuinely believe it. I do genuinely believe that Venti is one of the most important characters in the entire game. Like, in the lore, in the story. Like, I genuinely believe that. And I do admit that a big part of that is bias, but there's also another part of me that's like, when you look into his character beyond what you see in the quests, like, there's so much really suspicious stuff. Like, he is very different from the other Archons. And, like, I don't know, there's just something, like, he feels like a character who knows so much more than he lets on. So, whenever, okay, not whenever, but most of the time, when something has to do with him, I'm immediately, like, trying to find the clues. You know what I mean? I'm trying to, like, figure out the secrets. And, I mean, obviously I didn't see the ad when Genshin first came out, because Genshin first came out. Like, I obviously didn't see it. I don't remember where I saw it, actually. I think I might have seen it from a post, I'm not gonna lie. I think I just saw, like a repost of it. And, like, I was like, whoa, what the heck? Cypher Smoothie says, in the span of around 5 minutes, we have a casual heavy lore drop and some crazy implications. How? I just remember flying around in a gacha system. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Dude, Genshin, the way they present the lore is so funny to me. It's so funny to me. Sometimes it's annoying. Actually, a lot of times it's annoying. But there's another part of me that's like, they're doing this for the reactions. They're doing this so that all of the streamers go, what? Well, all of the streamers who are paying attention to the lore, of course. But, like, okay, I need to stop. We need to finish this.
Traveler, give me your hand.
Huh?
The mages are very pleased that you and Albedo managed to pass their trial. Albedo received the materials he sought, so you deserve something in return as well.
And what shall that be?
The Hexen Circle wants you to have this. It contains something entirely one of a kind, a secret of sorts. When the time is right, it will reveal itself to you. So no need to open it right away.
Okay.
Wow, a gift and a mystery all in one! The mages sure love their secrets, huh?
According to the sender, you are probably the only person who could make use of something like this. So I suppose it belongs with you.
Alright, thanks.
Well, all I did was deliver it. Although, I did go to great lengths during this whole ordeal. I suppose a reward for my efforts wouldn't be out of the question.
Dude, my guy, drinks are free tonight. Like, Jean basically told you that. Jean literally told you that. Drinks are free tonight.
You've helped a lot, Venti. How about we treat you to a drink?
Drinks are free tonight!
Really? Oh, I'll hold you to that, you know. No going back on your word.
Drinks are free tonight!
Of course, Dad! Let's go to the tavern right now!
Music to my ears. Oh, I'm so happy I could fly. Oh, it's like this festival was made for me or something.
It's like this festival is low-key celebrating you or something.
When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell.
Oh, okay.
Cruel is said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free.
Yeah, no, this is about you, my dude.
Through shadows so cold, he saw wisdom untold, chasing a fragrance the wind only knows.
This wistfulness waned and faded into night as he stepped from the darkness and into the light.
That was cute. That was really cute. So did Venti actually sing that, or did Erica just feel funny that day? Also, drinks are free! Like, is it really a gift if it was free? Or, like, okay, I mean, it can be, but I mean, like, Jean literally was like, hey, dude, for you, them drinks are free tonight. Is that really a... Whatever. Doesn't matter. Alright! We finished Paralogism! Alright! Okay, yeah, we're gonna talk to Catherine and get my commissions. It's like, whoa, it's almost as if this festival was, like, made for me or something. It's almost like I founded this festival or something. It's almost like this festival was, like, okay, not about me, but, like, about the rebellions, plural, that I was a part of. I love characters who are so, like, so full of themselves, and yet they, like, act all, like, they act quote-unquote humble. You know, like, oh my god, me, I got the reward? I could have never guessed. I love characters that are like that, it's just funny. Give me my stuff, Catherine, thank you. Also give me my, expedition stuff. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so, looks like I don't have to change the title. Okay, so it's almost 9, but I think I can go on for just a little bit longer, because I do I just start the Dainsleif quest, guys? Do I just do that? Because there's a part of me that wants to do that. Wait, is Donna still here? Hold up. Is Donna still here? Ah, yeah, she is. Are you still talking about D-Luke? Still talking about him? Yeah, you're still talking about him. You poor, this poor girl, this poor girl was just exposed. She was just exposed in front of an entire court trial by an imposter. Like, that sucks. That's so funny. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm wondering if I should do the Dainsleif quest, guys.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
But at the same time, okay. I'm not gonna be able to stream Tuesday. Yeah, I know, it sucks. It sucks, I know. But I won't be able to. So I guess I should just, like, do as much as I can tonight. Again, I don't want the stream to go on super duper, incredibly super duper long. But I think we can go on for, like, a little bit longer than normal. To make up for it. Cora says, someone's gotta make an Aftermath comic of her and D-Luke. Yeah, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine this girl just, you know, she's just standing by her flower shop like normal, pining for D-Luke like normal, and then D-Luke appears, pretends he's buying some flowers, and she's like, oh my god, it's him, act natural, act natural. And then he goes up to her, you know, pretending to buy flowers. He puts, like, the flowers on the counter or something, and he's like, hey, I am flattered, but uninterested. And she has like no idea what happened, and so she's probably like, huh? You mean the specials for the flowers, right? That's what you mean. It's like, no, like, no, I mean your feelings for me. I'm flattered, thank you. And she's just like, face is like absolutely burning red. She like can like short circuits. She short circuits, and it's just like, okay, yeah, that's all right. And then he's like, yeah, I just wanted to clear the air. And then he leaves, and she's just like, what the hell just happened? What? She like, instead of dreaming about D-Luke for the rest of her life, she's dreaming about that exact moment. Cypher Smoothie says, top 10 worst rejections. Number 1, D-Luke. Oh, that must suck. Okay. Okay. What are these about? Oh, Natlan stuff. Dainsleif quest. Dainsleif quest. All the way in Natlan. Alrighty then. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We glitched out there. Alright, we're going back to Natlan. Also, okay, one more little thingy about Venti where... Skirk. So Skirk plays a guitar. Just hear me out. Skirk plays a guitar. Well, I don't even know what I was going to say. What the hell? Yeah, she plays a guitar. And Venti taught her how to play. No, like, I'm serious. I'm serious. Venti taught her how to play the guitar. Or just instruments in general. How do I know this? It's her voice lines. Her voice lines, about Venti, she says, like, that he taught her how to play instruments. And then dragged her to the bar. And basically made her pay the tab. But he taught her how to play instruments, and that's absolutely adorable. Because, like I said, he associates music and bardhood with happiness. She sees that this girl is sad, and goes, I'm going to personally teach you how to play an instrument. Because that brings happiness. That is my philosophy. Okay, time to meet up with Dane. Oh, Janssen! You're important again?
Oh, Tulani and Paimon. Fancy that. I didn't expect to run into you two here.
Cypher Smoothie says, Venti and Skirk band. Please, Genshin devs, please. Yes, oh my god, yes.
Oh, hey, Coach Janssen. What are you doing here all by yourself?
Oh, hey! You sound different.
Just so you know, Paimon didn't come here to train. Paimon's not looking to sign up for any diet plan or bodybuilding class right now.
Alright, got it. But seriously, what do you take me for? Some coach from hell? I'd never force a student into something they didn't want to do.
Here's my question. Where did Tavak get the concept of hell? No, like, this is genuine. Like, where'd they get the concept of hell? Because, like, they don't... Like, whether or not Genshin has an afterlife is kind of, like, up in the air. It's not exactly clear. But it kind of leans towards no. It kind of leans towards no. So...
That being said, a little aerobic exercise would probably do you some good. You could take over my patrol for a while. That would count.
Rather than training, that sounds more like helping you out.
Yeah. All jokes aside, you're right. I'm looking for some help. The Collective of Plenty is holding a bodybuilding competition soon, and so many people have been busy squeezing in their last-minute workouts that we've run out of staff for patrols.
Oh, so you've stepped in to cover their work. But don't you have a last-minute workout to do too?
I'm good. For one thing, I believe peak conditioning can only be achieved through consistent training over a long time span. Cramming in a workout at the last minute does next to nothing for you. But more pertinently, well, as you can probably imagine, I'm not able to compete in any of the most popular weight classes, and there's no real competition in my own weight class.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You are tiny.
Oh no! Don't look at Paimon like that. We are not the same weight class, and no way is Paimon competing against you. Traveler, let's just help with the patrol, alright? Otherwise, Jansen's gonna make Paimon enter a bodybuilding competition!
That'd be really funny. I want Paimon,
Perfect.
I want to see Paimon lifting dumbbells.
Just one look.
Can I have her lift dumbbells, please? Alright, I'll do it for you, Paimon.
Thank you both. It should be pretty routine. Just keep your eyes peeled and make sure nothing strange is going on in the area. That'll free me up to check the other section. Let's meet back at the settlement when we're both done.
Sure thing. Just leave it to us. We're experts at strolling and patrolling, don't you worry.
Oh, she's on. Okay, going this way. So like, how old is Janssen? I need to know. Like, how does this little girl become a physical coach thingy? And then you could tell me, okay, like, how old is Dory? How does this little girl become like a business owner? And yeah, no, my same question is for Dory as well. How old are these kids supposed to be? Because like, currently, I'm headcanoning Janssen, like, I'm headcanoning her to be around, I don't know, maybe like 12-ish, probably?
Yahoo!
Probably? I don't know. We might need a spotter for Paimon. It's okay, I'll be the spotter. But I need to see Paimon lift dumbbells. Look for objectives. Okay.
What's this? Was there always a cave here?
We
should go take a look, right? Seems like a thing to do on a patrol.
we fall into, we like fall into a cave-in and we fall in Dainsleif's arms.
Hey, there's a hilichurl here.
Oh no.
Is it sleeping?
Oh no.
Doesn't look very hostile. Why is it hiding away here?
Please don't tell me.
Ah! You woke it up! Huh? It ran away. Oh, yes, our reputation in Natland is more fearsome than we thought. Even hilichurls don't want to mess with us now.
Guess there's something on the ground. Neosonic fan says you should play BioShock. I actually know nothing about BioShock actually. Celestia right here.
You mean that shiny thing? Huh. Must have dropped it as it ran off. Huh. Paimon bets that hilichurl thought it was a priceless treasure. It was probably planning to hide it here for safekeeping. Until we showed up.
So what I thought, and maybe they're still doing this, but I don't know. What I thought was that the hilichurl was, well, not dead, because the hilichurls can't die, but like, because in the Chasm quest, I don't think I streamed it. No, I didn't. This was, I think this was before I started streaming Genshin. In the Chasm quest with Dainsleif, we learn that the hilichurls can't die, like, from age, right? They're, like, effectively immortal. And so their death, quote unquote, is basically, like, mentally shutting down. And them just, like, staying in a particular place. So although they're not dead, per se, it's like they kind of are. And so that was, like, my immediate thought. I was like, oh no. Like, did we find, like, the last resting place of a hilichurl? And it could still be that. I don't know. Axel5 says, Paimon's voice reminds me of someone. It reminds me of Noelle. Like from Genshin. Like, gives me a similar voice. But I don't know if it's the same actor.
Let Paimon take a look. Hilichurls aren't the brightest, so it might not be worth much, but still. What is it? You look so serious all of a sudden. Isn't this just a regular old key? The style is unusual, though. Doesn't look Natlanese. Where do you think it's from?
This is the key to the hibernation chamber on the spaceship? Excuse me?
What do you mean? What hibernation chamber? What spaceship? Wait.
What?
You mean...
What?
The spaceship? The one that brought you to Teyvat?
No, that's early. Cypher Smoothie says, so the hilichurls are technically undead? What? Okay, so what happened is, if you know about the destruction of Conria, all of the Conrians, well, most of the Conrians probably have been cursed. They've been cursed by Celestia. And the pure-blooded Conrians, like people who are like fully, completely Conrian, are cursed with immortality. As in, like, you know, they can't die. However, the non-purebloods, as in, you know, people who are like mixed with like other regions, they turn into hilichurls. And they also can't die. Well, yeah. Cora says, space travel in a fantasy game is so funny to me. See, I think it's cool. I think it's cool because I love the blend of, like, the archaic and, like, advanced. No, it's not that got me, though. Okay, so, because I watched the trailer for the Dainsleif quest, and they did mention the spaceship that the travelers came to Tevat with. I didn't think it would be this early. This is early. This is so early. This is, like, we just started this quest. Also, a spaceship? We came via spaceship? Hibernation chamber? Okay, that's the one.
So, how did that key show up here? Are you sure you didn't just drop it?
No, I still have mine? I've always made sure to keep it safe and sound? Oh my god, this is just We Reunited all over again. Where, like, the Traveler is giving us lore.
Whoa! Yeah! These look identical! So, if one of them's yours, does that mean the other one is...
There are only 2 of these. One belongs to me, and the other to my brother.
Knew it! Huh! The keys to a spaceship! Huh! Somehow that really rams home the fact that you really are an actual alien. Oh, wait, no. Descender.
I mean, yeah, we're aliens. Cypher Smoothie says, Sir, the second lore bomb was hit... Sorry. Sir, the second lore bomb has hit the quest. Literally.
But anyway, now we know where it came from. The question is, how did it get here? The simplest explanation is that your brother lost his key somewhere not far from here. Then that Hilichurl found it and ducked into the nearest cave to hide it.
But how did... Yeah.
If that's true, it means your brother was here recently.
And by extension, the Abyss Order was probably here as well.
Yeah. Man, this is so crazy. We only agreed to help with the Anson's patrol on a whim. And now, we've made this bombshell discovery and found a huge lead on your brother. Should we keep following this trail while it's hot? Or do you think we should check back in with the Anson?
Ah, there you are. Looks like you went the extra mile today. Thanks for being so diligent.
Oh, hey, Ian-san, what's up? Didn't think we'd see you again till we headed back to the settlement. We were actually just about to go meet up with you. We've made a huge discovery today.
I came here to let you know that you don't need to keep patrolling anymore.
Okay.
The bodybuilding competition has just been canceled.
Okay.
So the usual squad will be resuming their normal duties. They'll be here to take over shortly.
Why?
Wait, canceled? Why? What happened?
The Abyss Order attacked.
The Order, not the normal Abyss.
Huh?
She says that as if that's common. Is that common? Didn't expect our suspicions to be confirmed so quickly. Sounds like Ether is on the move again. I'll find a way to speak with him in person this time. I have to.
I've heard of the Abyss Order, but this is the first time I've known them to take organized action on such a large scale. It's like they're preparing to go to war against our entire nation.
One little sect versus the entire nation of war? How are they expecting to pull that off?
Because they have the power of the Abyss with them. And we just dealt with the Abyss after, like a bajillion years of dealing with them.
Based on everything we've seen from them so far, they usually prefer to act in the shadows. So, what's different about it this time? What could they be after?
No clue. All we know is that they've attacked our tribe. But that doesn't tell us much. Our defenses are holding strong so far. So I'm gonna head to the Stadium of the Sacred Flame and see what Mawika knows. If there's any information out there, she's the one people report to. Oh, want to come with me? I'm sure everyone will feel better knowing that the hero of Natlan is on the case.
Well, I am keen to find out more about the situation.
Great. Then let's head over together.
A space and time for you. Right. And when will we meet? On a ship that traversed the Sea of Stars. No. Darn. No. Is it alt? It's alt. Darn. Okay. No, I wanted to read that. I wanted to read that. Where? Not here. Would be here. I don't think it's here. There it is. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought it was gonna have something. Okay, whatever. Darn. Okay, Stadium.
Sure, I'll play.
I'll play you another tune. But it'll cost you an apple.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
No, it will not. Whoop.
Malika!
Oh? Ah, great timing, Eon-san. I was just about to send someone for you. And it's good to see the travelers with you.
How are things looking? What's the latest word from the messengers?
The Abyss Order has been spotted near several tribes at the same time. Clearly, this is a coordinated strike. Also, their numbers are much higher than expected. Their organization appears to have grown considerably, but because they're usually so secretive, this is the first we're learning of it.
It sounds like they're throwing everything they have at us. What are they trying to achieve?
That's what I'd like to know as well. Historically, Natlan has not been a hotbed of Abyss Order activity, and we have no particular quarrel with them.
Yeah. Like, they don't really have anything that I know of that would help them out. Except, I guess, a connection with Renova. But that's more so an Archon thing.
Could it be revenge, perhaps? Would they want to get back at us for a recent victory over the Abyss?
Oh, seems unlikely. But then again, Paimon wouldn't put anything past the Abyss Order.
It's too early to say anything definite. For the time being, we should continue monitoring the situation.
Cypher Smoothie says, I'm gonna eat soon. About to leave. Oh, alright then.
How are the battles going? Not too many casualties, hopefully?
Well, even if they're committing all their forces to the fight, they're in for a tough time. Our brave warriors have just emerged victorious from an all-out fight against the Abyss itself.
Yeah, but they could also be, like, tired.
Yep. We have a whole nation's worth of seasoned veterans fighting for us.
Compared to the true Abyss, the Abyss Order poses a far smaller threat. They cannot endlessly replenish their forces, for starters.
Yes, that is indeed true. But you know what the Abyss Order does have? The Loom of Fate. Like, okay, and, like, I don't mean that they'll use the Loom of Fate, but what I mean is that, yeah, what they are lacking in numbers, I guess, they make up for just like stuff that they have. Chorus says, what about all of the technology hidden within the land? They could be after that, actually. They could be. Yeah.
However, this is still a war, so we must give it our all and do our utmost to minimize casualties. The tribes are organizing their defenses as we speak. Traveler, this is one war that Natlan can handle on its own. If you wish to stay out of it, you'll be safe here at the stadium with me.
No. This one is personal for me.
Oh? In what way?
In the sibling way. Oh. Yeah. The current leader of the Abyss Order is my brother.
Yep, that's how it is.
I see. My goodness, that is very personal indeed.
And for the record, Mavika, I had no idea that my brother was even part of this Abyss thingy until, well, like 3 years ago I found that out, but still, it was quite the shocker.
If you don't mind me asking, do you have any idea what his goal could be?
That's what I want to know as well.
Safe to say, they're not exactly on the best terms at the moment. Ever since Paimon met the Traveler, she's been trying to track her brother down and get some answers. But he's been avoiding her.
I see. So you two have fallen out. Huh. A pretty common occurrence between siblings.
No, see, this is where it gets complicated, guys. It was less of a falling out and more of a, I woke up and my brother just didn't want to be here anymore.
Well, yeah, that may be. But the stakes are a little higher where these two are involved.
They certainly are. Although somehow it doesn't surprise me that a spat between the Traveler and Twin could affect the fate of the entire world. Just so I'm clear, you're still on Natlan's side, and you have no idea what your sibling is after. Is that right?
Absolutely. I might even hate the Abyss Order more than you do.
Well, that's a relief. When you first mentioned your sibling, I was worried we were about to be thrust into an impossible position. Our reports say that the Abyss Order has focused most of their efforts against the Masters of the Nightwind.
Okay, so definitely divine stuff.
If you don't plan on staying here with me, I'd recommend going there to lend them a hand.
Sounds great.
I'll join you. Right now, the Collective of Plenty isn't facing a serious threat, so we should support the other tribes.
Many thanks, you two. Anything you need, send word to me right away.
Oh my god, is Janssen like actually important in this quest? I love that, by the way. I love that. Anything else?
And don't worry, you're still Natlan's hero. I'm not gonna blame you for something your sibling has done. Still, if we manage to find your brother, you wouldn't mind if I gave him a good punch to teach him a lesson, would you?
Nah, he can take it. If he's related to me, he can take it. He can take anything. Go to the Masters of the Nightwind to provide support. Okay. I know the quest just started. Here, like, this is gonna sound a bit, weird. Because I know that the quest just started. That little moment, that little conversation we just had with Malika. Forget the Abyss Order, just the conversation we had with her. By itself, like, just that little conversation by itself had a lot of what I wish the actual Natlan Archon quest had. More specifically, the part where we tell her, hey, the leader of the Abyss Order is my brother. And Malika, like, has a moment as we're with her thinking the possibilities and then being like, I need to know, are you on our side? I just need to know that. And we're like, yeah. And she's like, okay, good. Just that little moment of, like, doubt, that little moment of, like, just how difficult, like, trying to gauge just how difficult, like, the stakes will actually be. Like, yeah. But I don't even know where I'm going, I'm just wandering. But it's something like that, man. That's kind of like, that's just like an example of like what I wish to see more so in Natlan. It's just those little moments of like difficult decision making. And it wasn't a difficult decision, but it was the fact that she even had to ponder a difficult decision. That involved us, that like directly involved us. And then you could tell me, like, oh, Pep, but, like, what about the whole Capitano thing? Like, what about the whole Capitano thing? And it's like, yeah, no, I get, like, their little lover's quarrel that was going on. But, like, you know, that was more so, like, just trying to figure out solutions how to save a nation. Like, this is more so, like, do I trust the main character kind of thing. You know what I mean? But, you know, that's not the focus. That's not important. That's not important. It's just like a little moment where I'm like, it's just like, it's little moments like that I kind of wish we saw a little more.
Look, it's Eulalie.
Yep.
Huh. I wasn't expecting to see you here. Are you here to reinforce us?
How are things looking? Malika told us to come here.
Oh, the situation must be pretty dire if it's managed to get Eulalie out of the house.
Dire? No, I wouldn't go that far. It's mostly just irritating. I heard we're being hit the hardest out of all the tribes. What are they trying to imply? They just think we're pushovers or something?
Or, you know, you have
The more
something.
I thought about it, the angrier I got. I couldn't exactly concentrate on my novel after that, so... Well, here I am.
So, that's how they earned the ire of Granny Dainsleif, huh?
They call themselves the Abyss Order, yes? Ugh, so tasteless. It's exactly the kind of two-dimensional name a clueless writer picks because they don't trust the rest of their writing to persuade the reader of who the real villains are.
Pretty meta, pretty meta.
Hey, she's saying your brother has poor taste.
I'm just glad I'm not the only one who thinks that. Wow, okay. If I were him, I would have changed that name a long time ago. Alright. Traveler canonically thinks the Abyss Order's name is dumb.
Wait, what? Are you saying her brother is a member of the Abyss Order?
Oops, whoopsie. Yeah, I did kind of say that, didn't I? Whoops.
I only said that because I was mad. But maybe I went too far?
Hey, let's save the chat for later. We've got some enemies incoming.
Do I get the...
Good. A much-needed chance to vent my frustration. Not a moment too soon. Things were getting awkward there. Luckily, I'll never have to find out just how badly the rest of that conversation was gonna go.
Alright.
You didn't have to say that last part out loud, Sweet Lolly. Anyway, let's get him!
Ghibli Dude says, hi again, hi! Welcome back. Oh yes, we do get to play her. I have no idea how you're supposed to play her, though. Okay, I can do the... Yeah, I can do that. Oh. That's how it
Watch
works.
out!
Whoa, that's some lag. I still have no idea how this works.
Watch out! Yeah!
You know, I'm trying to figure out how this works.
Incoming! Lolline, East Papa, get him!
Ah, shoot, Rift Wolves. Okay. Let's make it easy with Karina.
Dead reckoning! Getting here!
Forget everything I said about Fremine. He's actually really fun. What the heck?
Phew.
Forget everything I said
Much
about
better.
him.
That's more like it.
Oh, impressive work, Granny Dainsleif. If I'd known you were on the case already, I might have reconsidered whether your tribe really needed reinforcements.
If anyone should be reconsidering, it's the Abyss Order. They picked the wrong target this time.
Experience says that if we head in the direction they were attacking from, we should find their stronghold. Why don't we press our advantage and destroy their base? They won't know it hit them.
Hey, was there a battle here just now? Need any help?
The warriors from the Masters of the Nightwind are here!
A bit late. We already defeated them. Ghibli Dude says Hoyo always popped up new characters for trial mode, and we didn't get a tutorial for them. No, literally though, like, no, like they have guides, I guess, where they like try to explain how their like kit works. But the problem is, like, A, most Genshin players don't read. B, a lot of it gets really complicated, and it's like I don't want to like okay, I can learn the complicated stuff later, but can I know just the basic mechanics of this character, please? Like for example, with Linny, like the archer from like the pyro archer in Fontaine, with Linny, it's like, don't tell me all of the details of his kit from the get-go. Just tell me that he is a charged attack user. He is a charged attack user, and most of his damage comes from his charged attacks and his skill, and not necessarily his burst. Because, you know, like when you build characters in Genshin, your instinct is to focus on leveling up the burst because, you know, that has the burst of damage. But since Linny doesn't work like that, you don't need to put as much effort in the burst damage. Just tell me that. Just tell me that, like, that is his main focus and that is how he works. So I am not putting energy and level up materials on something that, although still useful, isn't as important. Like, just tell me that, guys. Why do I have to, like, go through, like, an entire build guide just to know that, you know?
The battle against the Abyss is still fresh on our minds, so everyone's used to working together. Well, morale's high and everyone's here. Let's go take down that stronghold.
Ghibli Dude says, "Oh yes, thanks for explaining. Thanks for explaining more specific." Yeah, because if you ask me, like, what are the nitty-gritty details of if you ask me what are the nitty-gritty details of certain characters, I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you. Let me do like a
Incoming! Rise like smoke.
So they're like plunge attacks.
Show no mercy.
Is that what she does? Is that her thing?
Suffer the wrath of Dainsleif.
The wrath of Okay. Can we get Fromine back? Where is he? He's 3.
Frost is coming! Just keep breathing.
Hey, Farina, can I have your emergency heal, please?
May I present?
Nah, he's fine. Oh, Bennett's also hurt. Okay. We can try again.
Fulfill our pact.
Thing.
Getting here!
Forward! Crush them!
Okay. Cora says no combat tutorial for characters. Honkai Impact could never. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Wait, actually, no. Can I get her? Thank you. The Abyss and Chaos absorbs elemental energy and convert it. Destroy the words as quickly as possible to retrieve the converted elemental energy.
What is that thing? It's like it's draining the strength right from my body.
So your strength comes from elemental energy? Actually, that makes a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense.
Going in.
And I do have to put this in here.
Think you can get
my
away?
babies are hurt.
The Abyss Order's resistance is faltering. Now's our chance.
Frost is coming! Getting gear! Going under! Frost is coming!
Oh my gosh. Where's the enemy? Okay.
Getting gear!
Let's light it up. Brace yourself.
Good swirl. I have no idea if it did. I'm going to hope it did.
Show no mercy. Eat Laline. Eat Papa. Get him.
Here we go.
Warriors! Attack! After them!
Okay. Oh, we have these? Since when? What? Do you have any others? Hold up. Let me use her. Any others that I missed? I don't think so. Oh well. Damn, okay.
Get to work. Yeah.
You should.
Oh, getting gear! Oh no!
No, he's fine.
That's gonna hurt in the morning.
You two. Time to. You must be the boss here. Time to show you what happens when you mess with the masters of the Night Wind.
Did I get him?
Resist the abyss with
Oh,
big
a herald. Okay, hi. Lena, I need your little heal thingy. No, we're fine.
Frost is coming! Getting gear! Commencing cleanup! Frost is coming! Getting gear!
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Let's light it up! Everybody stand back! Lolly, it's Papa!
Sorry if I'm quiet, I'm just trying to like fight
The
this
show
thing.
begins.
Oh,
Brace yourself.
I do something like
Frost is coming! Please no!
oh man.
Show no mercy! Yeah! Off we go!
Let's play.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, I have zero
The
idea how she
stronghold
works.
is neutralized.
Like
Good
absolutely
work,
none.
everyone.
The Abyss Order's all bark and no bite.
To be honest, this was anticlimactic. I was hoping for a personal apology at the very least.
Nope.
And ideally a whole speech acknowledging the superior might of the Masters of the Nightwind. Well,
Nope.
whatever. I'll just have to make up for it with some extra wine at the victory feast.
With the stronghold cleared, this area should be safe for the time being. But still, something tells me we can't afford to let our guard down yet. Maybe it's just me, but an enemy under siege normally defends their stronghold at all costs. The fighting gets more and more intense right till the bitter end. But this time was different. With a few exceptions, most of the enemies here gave up and fled the moment that... well, I don't know, but it seemed like they sensed something.
Huh? Not sure I follow. They did a tactical retreat, that's all. It's just a different strategy.
I'm not convinced. Don't forget, they're radicals who chose to wage war on an entire nation. They don't do things in half measures. It seems out of character to cut their losses and run like that.
So you're saying there's more to this than meets the eye?
I'm saying we don't know enough to be sure of anything at this stage. So let's stay alert and keep our defenses at the ready.
So we're no wiser as to the Abyss Order's objective. Back to square one. If I could only get Ether to talk to me, I could get answers for all of us. I'm heading back to the Collective of Plenty. That key is our only lead so far.
Paimon had a hunch you might say that. But you're right. If we can somehow use that key to track down your sibling, maybe we can end this war before things get serious. And maybe you can finally get some answers.
Please.
Wait, you're leaving? But I was still debating whether to invite you to the first victory feast.
Ah, later.
Go ahead, you two. See, Lolly and I will take care of things here.
Okay, so I think I'm going to end things off here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end things off here. Yeah. So it's just gonna wait until it loads. Please. Thank you. Before the dawn, savior. Nice. Just getting the achievement. Completed that. We completed Paralogism. Before the dawn. Ooh. All right. Anything else? Of course there is. Just one more thing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. What am I doing? let's just go to the Infinite Void. Yeah, I have absolutely zero idea how Sitlali's everything works. Oh, actually, no. Like, when I was on the subject of when it comes to this. Now, normally the person who teaches me these things, I'm gonna be 100% honest, is my brother. Like, teaches me how, like, the basic mechanics of certain characters, because me dum-dum when it comes to video games, eh? Me dum-dum when it comes to video games.
Wow.
So, at least with these characters, Venti, how he works, he's very similar to Bennett in the sense that this doesn't do much. This doesn't really do much. I level it up just so it like beefs it up just a little bit in a fight, but that's not his thing. That's not his thing. His main thing is his burst, which I'm not gonna do because I don't like wasting the burst, but it's the little black hole. That is his main thing. And of course,
Here we go.
that to level up the burst. Well, not level up, that to charge the burst, right? That is Venti's main thing. And of course, like swirl and stuff. Farina's main thing is her, we have her little guys that kind of fight for her. Her little guys that kind of fight for her, and these, as you'll notice, like the HP, like my health, goes down. And then of course I have her on this mode, and it does the opposite, it lightens up. Now the reason why, because all Fontaine characters kind of have like an HP fluctuation, is because her burst, which is her main thing, well, her main thing if you have good healers, her main thing is that when you use her bursts, the more the HP fluctuates in your team, I think like the more it boosts your damage. And so like if you have her little guys draining your HP, but you have a healer that brings it back up, you know, that's HP fluctuation. For Fremine, he's actually a physical. Even though his element is cryo, he's actually a physical. So, you know, that to like shoot the person with cryo and then you attack like that.
Getting here.
His main thing is physical. Like his skill and his burst aren't exactly the most important. It's this. But the thing is, the game doesn't tell you that, does it? Okay, the game does, but in the most, like, complicated spaghetti way ever. It doesn't tell you any of that. But, yeah, no, Genshin seriously needs to do that, because, yeah. Okay, we can go to the Infinite Void now. Ooh, so scary. Ooh. Creative Cloud not working, even though I haven't used Creative Cloud in literally, like, a year. And I need to delete it. Alrighty, so. We had a... Let's lift it up a little bit. So, we finished Paralogism, we started the Dainsleif quest. So, what do I think of Paralogism as a whole now? Like, to completion. It's great. I loved it. Like, first impressions wise, without me, like, really thinking about it. Like, right now, absolutely loved it. I already said this in my previous stream, but I do think it was really cool, and it wasn't that long. It was a good length. I guess like my issue is that like the whole like, oh, this was like this massive 4D chess move that we were not privy to. You know what I mean? I think it probably would have been better if either we found out that it was all played up. Like, not played up, that it was all fake. Yeah, I mean, it was fake. And I guess it would have been better if we either figured out that this was all part of the plan, or they just tell us. Maybe not in the beginning, maybe like partway through the trial, I think. Partway through the trial, either Albedo or Jean tells us, like, hey, this is what's actually going on. Like maybe we do actually start thinking that Albedo was guilty for, like, murder. And we do actually, well, we have that moment of doubt, but what if we, like, legit go, like, guys, I think he might be the killer. And maybe we start, like, testifying against him and all of that. And then, I don't know, maybe, like, Jean takes us aside or something and goes, okay, so, this is actually kind of this whole thing is actually a sham because of, like, the whole Durin situation. And we're like, oh... I don't know, maybe something like that, or maybe the opposite. Maybe the opposite could happen, where we're like, there's no way, I don't know. Just something, I think, to prompt a character to be like, hey, this is all, like, for show. Cora says, maybe make it an actual mystery, or that too, yeah. Like, or we could do, or like the Traveler in Paimon notices that everyone's just acting weird, like, even Jean is acting weird, Diluc's acting weird, Kaya's acting weird, and we eventually come to that conclusion. You know, something like that, you know? Because of course we're not gonna know, like, if the NPCs are acting weird. But we notice they're acting weird, but, like, we think that it's because of the Albedo thing. I don't know. Something like that, I think. Or maybe we get strange vibes from the trial, and that's like our little mystery and figure out what's going on. I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of the like, hey guys, this was actually like a big brain 5D chess move. Because, like, I kind of have the same issues with Sumeru. Not because it's not a cool idea. It is a cool idea. And 90... Okay, it's loud. I don't know if that's loud. I think the problem why it's bugging me in these instances is because they treat it so seriously for like an hour. You know? You're like basically watching an entire film played straight, and then after like an hour or two of you being invested in what you think is going on, they suddenly pull out the rug from under you and say like, nope, any sort of investment that you had, not important. Any sort of actual legit doubt you had that Albedo might have actually killed people, unimportant. You know, I think that's my problem. The fact that it's played straight throughout the entire thing, you know? I think that's my little problem with it. Cause like, this isn't like a big lore reveal. This is just a, hey, look how well coordinated the leaders of Mondstadt actually are. That's kind of what it's meant to be. That is my big critique, I think, of Paralogism. It's not the fact that it's a 5D chess move. That is not... like, we're literally playing chess as well near the end. That is not my problem. I think my problem is the fact that, like, the reveal was just so, like, hey, this is actually all, like, this is all fake. This is all for show. After all of that, and here I am being like, whoa, what's going on? Did I think Albedo actually killed anybody? No, of course not. But, you know, it was the fact that the narrative, like, kind of, like, wanted you to doubt that. You know what I mean? It's that. It's like when a character, it's like when the main character almost dies in a movie. And it's like, you know the main character isn't going to die, but it's the fact that the narrative, like, presents it like that. You know what I mean? Cora says, the whole all was planned for the beginning thing is such a cop-out. Yeah. Like, I definitely think if they revealed it earlier on, I think it probably would have been better. Because the idea makes sense. And I also see that this is the story also presenting us that, like, the Knights of Favonius and the church are very well coordinated. I like that idea. That's cool, because... like, especially since, like, Mondstadt is the city without a ruler, right? So it's like... I mean, the church and the knights are technically the ruling parties. It's like, how effective actually are they in big level threats? And they show, like, no, they are pretty effective when they have to be, with Venti's help. So, but the fact that it, like, again, you spend like an hour or two being like invested in this core trial and them being like, oh, any investment you had in the core trial did not matter. Oh, that entire scene with Donna didn't matter. You know what I mean? So that's my big problem. But everything else, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was really fun. I love the little, like, interactions we had with, like, each of the Mondstadt characters. I love Kaya and D-Luke. Not exactly making up, but, like, not being angry at each other anymore. Or at least in this instant, they're not. That's sweet. I like that. That's cute. Yeah, that's adorable. I love the whole, like, hey, the story, like, stuff still happens in Mondstadt while we're not there. With Albedo finding out that Venti's Barbados, which I've mentioned a million times, but, like, it is my headcanon that, like, the majority of the city kind of knows that, but they're either not sure or they don't want to say anything, because they're, like, it's a, like, legit a headcanon of mine that's, like, I'm like 80% sure that guy's Barbados, but since he hasn't said anything yet, I'm gonna respect that and not say anything. Or people are genuinely like, I don't know. Like, he gives me that vibe, but I'm not sure. And so I just love the whole, like, oh yeah, Albedo figured it out before, like, we were here. Stuff still happens off screen. And it's not big stuff, thankfully. Yeah. I like, that is a slippery slope for cop-outs as well, but it's, like, a small enough deal that it's fine. What else? Hex and Circle stuff. yeah, no, Hex and Circle, big deal. I don't think I have all that much to say about them other than, like, they just showed themselves as we all thought they were. You know, super big, powerful witches who are able to, like, who are overseeing, like, everything that's going on. Albedo is, you know, like, literally the creation of one of them, and Alice also, like, kind of sort of adopted him as well, you know? So he's like, this is all just, like, family drama. That's cute. That's really fun. I like that. And I also love how Venti's, like, buddy-buddy with them, but, like, buddy-buddy enough that they, like, that they, like, tease him on purpose. It's like, hey, Alice, it's Venti. Venti? Nope, I have never heard of a Venti in my entire life. You serious? Yep. It's Barbados. Oh, hi, Barbados! Like, this is funny. It's sweet. I love that. I think it's really cool how, with the characters that do know of his identity, I love, like, I guess, like, their different attitudes towards him, I guess. Like, Jean, of course, is still very, like, still shows a lot of reverence. Dahlia does as well, but, like, because he's, like, personal friends with Venti, there's still that reverence. Dahlia still has reverence for him, but it's more of a playful reverence, if that makes sense. Yeah, more of a playful reverence. Albedo is just there. I don't know. Albedo is like the rest of the witches that have, like, no real reverence, if that makes any sense. Like, they respect him, but, you know, they don't really, like, not like that, if that makes any sense. Because I know in Hex and Circle lore, I think they tried to fight him. Or go against him, challenge him. That was the specific term. The Hex and Circle wanted to challenge Lord Barbados himself. Now, what challenge means, I have no idea. My immediately thought was fight. And then Barbados is like, no, tea parties. And the witches are like, okay. And now they have tea parties. And that's adorable. And I love that. I love that. And it's like they clearly respect him enough to listen to him. But, you know, they still mess around. They still mess with him. Cora says he's a bit more chummy. Dahlia? Yeah. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. Like, definitely, like there is reverence, but, you know, it's like a closer type reverence, I guess. Yeah, that's cute. I would like to have Dahlia, though. He's adorable. He's so cute. But I think he's kind of gonna be a Seth. Like, if I do get him, he's kind of like a Sethos for me, where I just kind of have him to be pretty on my shelf, not because I'd like use him or something. I don't know, unless he has some secret cracked power. I don't know. Or he surprises me, like Fremine. What the heck, guys? What the heck, fandom? Fremine's fun. This guy's fun. But, yeah, okay, enough about Paralogism. Oh yeah, one last thing. I love how Venti became, like, the I don't know, he got the award thingy for what he did with the whole Durin situation. And I love how that's kind of implied to have just been also a performance. Because, like, you know, him playing in front of the people and the fireworks seemed to have been a distraction for, well, not everybody, of course, but, like, a distraction for the people so that at least most of them don't realize that, like, Albedo's doing his whole thing with Durin. Oh, yeah, about Durin. I'm surprised we didn't see his human form. I say this because, like, there was so much fan art of a human Durin that I saw when this quest came out. There was so much fan art of him. Like, I thought he would, like, appear, like, as human and, like, talk to us or something, but he didn't. Or maybe you do see his human form, but, like, I don't know. I thought we would because of all of the fan art I saw, but, like, okay, whatever. Alright, that's chill. That's fine. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cute. That was pretty silly. I love the idea of, like, I love that they're still kind of, like, putting on a show, even after the, like, real situation is over. Yeah, like, okay, I'm just, like, repeating myself at this point. Paralogism was fun. Yeah, my biggest critique of it really is the fact that, like, we spent so long in a trial that's played completely straight. That's my little thingy. And also, I thought that they would talk about the fact that the hints of Albedo destroying Mondstadt. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but like, Albedo is strongly hinted to go crazy and destroy Mondstadt, and I thought for so long, okay, not for so long, but like the second the image, the image of this patch was dropped, I was like, is this the one? Is this it? It's not. Still waiting for that. Still waiting for them to mention that. But, oh, Varka! I keep saying, like, yeah, but this is it. No, Varka! Varka! Like, we hear his voice. He's also... He is, like... If the Hexen Circle likes to, like, mess with Venti, Varka gives me, like, Big Brother vibes. He gives me Big Brother vibes of, like, half of the things I say are at your expense. But it's like all in good fun, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I make fun of you, but like, you know, this is all in good fun. We all like get that it's all like a joke. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know, bros, I guess. He gives me that vibe. Like he's like a bro, I guess, so to say, to Venti. That's silly. I also love that they're drinking buddies. Can't wait for Varka to appear. Please, Hoyo, please, 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 please. I am begging you. Make him kind of... Do what you did with him that you did with Risley. Please. Because, like... because the possibility of Varka looking like... I don't know, let me think of, like, a random... The possibility of Varka looking like Kaya or like Ayato is extremely high. And it's like, no, you hear his voice. His voice is clearly older. Make him give him at least the Risley model, please. Yeah, so, yeah, okay. Paralogism was fun. Yeah. Now, in the beginning of the Dainsleif quest, though. The beginning of the Dainsleif quest, my brain is already, like, thinking about a million things. Like, first of all, spaceship. What the hell? What's that? Okay, we arrived on a spaceship for so long, for years. Like, I always assumed that the Traveler, like, crash landed. Well, okay, that does sound like a spaceship thing. But, like, what I mean is that even though the Travelers are humans, quote unquote, like, I always, like, because they are aliens, you know? Like, I always thought that, like, no, yeah, the like, falling stars you see, I kind of always thought that was, like, literal. Like, they literally turned into falling stars, and then, like, when they crash, when they, like, actually fall, that's when they have, like, their human forms. That's what I thought for years. But I guess not. Also, hibernation chamber? The hell does that mean? That has so many implications. What the heck? That's crazy. So yeah, that's wild. I'm surprised Natlan... Like, I don't know if I should be surprised, but I'm kind of surprised that Natlan knows about the Abyss Order. Like, not that I don't think the Abyss Order has ever attacked Natlan. I do. The Abyss Order has attacked basically, like, every nation. But I guess more so, like... I don't know. The Natlan is so focused on the Abyss. Like, the Abyss proper, not necessarily the order of it. But I welcome this, actually. I welcome this a lot, because, I'm gonna go back on, like, my Natlan subject. But... Oh, man, I was thinking this when we were fighting them with Sitlali, when Jansen was saying, like, oh, if you follow the enemies to their base, you know, we can attack that, and, like, this area is, like, safe for now. And then, like, we attack their bases, and then Jansen's like, oh, that's very weird. Like, normally when something's under siege, they would try to protect the base as much as possible, but they didn't do that. They just left. And so Lali is like, it's probably just a tactical retreat. I'm not sure, blah, blah, blah. Like, holy crap. These are, like, you know, war strategies. Not complicated ones, but oh my god, it's something. And it's like, it's the similar thing with, like, Movika not knowing if she can trust us for that split second. It's like little moments like that that I really wish we saw in the actual main story. Because, like, to me, that feels like an actual war, you know? Like, war is so much more than just battles. Like, I feel like a lot of people, when they think war, they just think battles. But when you actually, like, study war, I guess? I don't know. When you actually look at how wars occur, you realize that, like, it's not just battles. In fact, most of war is strategies, tactics, political schlop. Most of it really is just that, and the battles are just kind of the byproduct. And I really did wish that we saw a little more of that in Natlan, of course, and like the main story, of course, but, you know, the Abyss can't really do that, because it doesn't really have, like, because the Abyss isn't, like, quote-unquote human, it can't really do that. But the Abyss Order can, because, like, you know, they have, like, human levels of intelligence. You know, a lot of them are humans, former humans, you know, so they are able to make, like, little tactical little thingies, and I don't know, like, to me, it just, like, that feels like a war. That feels like an actual war, and not so much a disaster that they have to fight, you know? But, you know, that's the Natlan discussion all over again. Okay, one last thing before we leave. And I'm gonna try to not repeat myself too much. What did Rhine-Daughter do to Nibarius? Excuse me? They're the same person? Excuse me? I already said this when we got that reveal. But, like, what? Chorus says, so much tactics and occasional attempts at negotiations. Yeah, exactly. Because, like, yeah, that feels like a real conflict. That feels like an actual conflict between two parties who are able to have these types of conflicts, you know? You know, because, like, I don't know, unfortunately I got a lot of people who thought that what I meant by infighting, I thought they, like, I was talking about, like, oh, they just go, like, ooga booga bonk, and it's like, no, what I wanted was, like, you know, I wanted war, bruh! I wanted political tensions, moral complexity, skirmishes, you know, stuff like that. I wanted alliances, I wanted enemies, I wanted alliances breaking, I wanted, like, people to be like, do I trust you, do I not? You know, because, I mean, yeah, I already said this. War is more than just fighting. Actually, if anything, fighting is just kind of the byproduct of what war actually is. And it's politicians having a slap fight. But more accurately, it's very complicated. Well, most of the time, it's very complicated stuff. Because, like, the Abyss Order is almost exclusively antagonistic. The Abyss Order is almost always the villain, right? They bad guys. Our brother is bad guy. It's the reason why the Traveler's like, with him most of the time, right? But the thing is like, you know, the Abyss Order was former Conrians who saw their entire nation just be destroyed, not only by the heavens, but by their own people as well. Rhine-Daughter is one of them. Rhine-Daughter was one of them. The sinners weren't just people who were tinkering around with machinery. They were one of the causes of the cataclysm. And the reasons why they're sinners is because they left. They left Conria to devour itself. Like Dainsleif explains this in the Kari Bear quest, I think. That, like, yeah, like, what makes them sinners is the fact that they not only were a massive contributor to the disaster, but didn't do anything to help it. Which, again, Rhine-Daughter is one of them, which is weird. It's like, how did she manage to merge with Nibarius? And it's like, unless the sinners somehow, some way are stronger than the shades, which probably, unless they're stronger than the shades, then maybe it was like a pact between them? And then it's like, okay, why would you make a pact with a sinner? You know, like, one of the people who contributed to the of nuking an entire nation, right? But, like, back with the Conria thing, I kind of got a bit off topic. With the Conria thing, yeah, like, the Abyss Order, like, most of them saw their entire civilization just, like, destroy in front of themselves. You know, like, they saw their loved ones get turned into Hilichurls. They became Hilichurls. If you were a pure blood person, then you're cursed with immortality forever. And like, although that on the surface sounds cool, it has the side effect of like your mind slowly starts eroding, but you physically can't die. And in instances like Capitano, even your flesh starts to rot, like, and it's like, no, a lot of their anger makes a lot of sense. And it's like, the Abyss Order are villains, at least so far in the story. But there's that complexity. It's like, they're doing bad things. Yeah, attacking the tribes objectively is a bad thing. But I guess it's one of those, like, everybody thinks they're the hero type things, type thing, like the Abyss Order, from the little we know about our sibling, they seem to like truly believe that what they're doing is right. And hell, maybe directly to the Conrians, it is right, but is it right for everyone else? And that's the kind of stuff I kind of wish I saw in Atlan's main story. I just wanted to say that because, like, there were a lot of people who, like, I don't think really understood what I meant when I said, like, I wanted more infighting, I wanted more infighting because the Abyss doesn't, the Abyss can't have those kinds of thoughts, The Abyss can't think like that, but the Abyss Order can. Anyway, okay, all of this to say, I'm excited for the Dainsleif quest. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Paralogism, super fun. Dainsleif quest, I can't wait. So, I already mentioned this earlier on the stream, but I won't be able to stream on Tuesday, unfortunately, because something came up. Thankfully, I, like, now know that, so it's not going to be like a, whoa, sorry guys, like, something literally came up last minute, like, I know. So I won't be able to do that, but Thursday, hopefully on Thursday, we're playing the Dainsleif quest, and just like Paralogism, guys, I cannot wait. This entire patch cycle of Genshin is, like, I am so hyped for all of these. And, yeah, no, I guess that's all I have to say, unless I go on a much longer ramble, unless I go on a much longer ramble. If I keep talking about Paralogism, it'll accidentally evolve into, like, a venti character analysis, and I have already been doing that. Like, the quest isn't about him, it's about old Beto. It's about old Beto. I'm just happy to have my boy back in a semi-serious story. Because I think I mentioned this in my previous stream, but because Venti is shown, like, as the silly goofy guy 90% of the time, the few times, he's, like, kinda serious, I'm like, okay. Or more accurately, whenever he is placed in a somewhat serious situation. Like this one. And, like, of course, he's still, like, his happy-go-lucky silly self, but, that there's that air of seriousness. And then here's me, like, waiting for that one little moment where he cracks just a little bit. And before y'all are like, girl, that scene ain't never gonna happen. Venti's story quest. Honestly, like, all of this comes from Venti's story quest. Homie is sad and depressed on the inside, and I'm waiting for that to crack one more time. Okay. But for reals. Chorus says moral greatness. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I wanted to see, because, yeah, that's what war is. Like, I don't know what to really tell people. Like, just watch any war movie. War, even if the conflicts on the surface seem black and white, there's always something. There's always something that makes it more complicated. But, yeah. But, like I said, I'll just be repeating myself, and I've already been repeating myself a bajillion times. It's 10. We're done. Yeah. Thursday, we're continuing the Dainsleif quest. And I don't think we're finishing the Dainsleif quest on Thursday. I don't think so. Hopefully, but I kind of doubt it. But after the Dainsleif quest, Skirk's story quest, cause the 180 I made on Skirk's character, like, I want to learn everything about this girl. But of course, that's gonna be for That's gonna be after the Dainsleif quest. But, yeah, no, that's it. Like for reals, that's actually it. And, yeah, I don't really have all that much to say. See you later. Bye!